All right. Welcome to Strong Arm Flix. I'm your boy T Flame, and this is another damn epic live stream that's going to be long as shit. Hopefully, not the longest in history like the last one. I think we broke records and shit. We were like at like 314 and shit, right or almost to it. And then,
Yeah, almost to it.
and I have my boy Jeffery Warfield joining me
Hey,
again here today. And thank you for coming back on the show, bud. I appreciate it a lot.
anytime,
So a lot of
man.
interesting stuff to talk about this go around. And the first thing I wanted to jump right into, man, was I wanted to talk about. Did you catch the news that they broke on the internet about Comic Con 2020 for this year? It's
Yeah,
not. It's yeah. Supposedly it's not canceled. What they're doing is, we can't. Obviously, we're not going to be able to be there. So what they're going to do is they're going to live stream all of it this year, so
yep,
that we can still be there, but from our homes in a sense.
yeah,
And so basically, if you think about it, that changes the whole perspective of what we all thought was going on. It's not canceled in any way.
yep,
They are just changing the manner of which it's taking place this year because of the virus, which is indeed very smart, in my opinion.
yeah.
You know, so that begs the question: does that mean that Zack Snyder may make an appearance or even a small show up for a few seconds or a minute at Comic Con this year, and we may see him with alongside Warner Brothers executives at Comic Con this year? What do you think
Yeah,
about that?
honestly, I think with really the live stream thing that they're going to set up, really what I think is going to happen is Zach is still going
Hello.
to be there. But Zach is going to make an appearance, but he's probably going to be the last one that they show, and then the live stream ends with, "Hey guys, it's me. I'm back, and here's the trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And thank you
Mm.
for the and thank you."
Ooh.
And he's gonna thank the fans, and that's gonna be the way how the live stream is gonna end. Like, just to think
Wow,
about
dude, if
that.
that happened, imagine the amount. Imagine, dude, the fucking internet would break into a million pieces if that happened.
I
The
think
internet
I
would
think
break.
Twitter I
It would
think
go
Twitter
so
would
viral.
die.
Dude, you know how viral the movement went November 17th?
Yep.
That was insane. That was nuts.
Yep.
Imagine imagine that times like 20 when I can't even comprehend the
Bro.
level of awesomeness and the level that is going to break the internet if if and when that happens. When this happens.
I think if that I know when that happens, it's going to literally kill Twitter. Like, everyone's phone is gonna go off, and people are gonna be like, "Wait, what happened to my phone?"
Ba-da-ding, ba-da-ding, oh shit! Paid $300 for this fucking thing, man. Cue Twitter, cue internet. Man, yeah, it's exciting and it's fun to think about, like you like to say. And I think that there is a good chance that this could actually be a reality. This could really happen. I'm
Yep.
very excited for this. I'm looking forward to this. Just the possibility, just the thought of it alone.
And
You know,
and if you think about it, like, it's better this way, because think about it like this. Like, I'm not sure that San Diego Comic Con has done this, like a live stream going on, and really, I think this would be like the perfect way and perfect time to release to announce the Snyder Cut, because because there won't be a Twitter heads up from the people who are actually there. This is going to be everyone's first ever live reaction to the announcement. So I think like this is actually would be the ripe opportunity to announce that the Snyder cut and possibly the Ayer cut.
Oh man. Seeing with the one I mean one movie at a time, but man, it's just a dream to think about the way that I would react. I don't even know what I would do. I might quit my job.
Oh,
I might quit my job if both them movies come out on the same day, because
oh,
I'm gonna need a good week to just. I mean, I probably shouldn't quit my job. That would probably fuck my life up. But I'm just saying, man, I'm gonna do something crazy, dude. If some shit like that happens, I don't know. I might have to take a shot and see if I can still do a backflip off of a roof or something. I've gained a lot of weight since then. I'm still kind of in shape. I'm not fat. I'm fluffy. But but no,
but
man, that would be amazing, dude. I don't know about and just as what trips me out is that you seen that David Ayer liked that comment by that guy on Twitter about the Ayer cut being completely done
yeah,
after I made after I made that episode about it, and after me and you talked about that prior and after that episode I dropped, like the same day or the next day, David Ayer liked that guy's tweet about it being completely done.
yep,
So to me, I'm like, okay, that's confirmation right there that he
it's
would not have done.
done.
He knows that people that we're reading into everything, that we're looking into everything. He knows how Zach does shit, and he's following suit, and he
Yep.
knows exactly what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He would not have liked that tweet saying his cut of the movie is completely done if his shit wasn't completely done. And like I said, that makes me even more suspicious of Warner Brothers that Zach got pushed off of the project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That and that even prior to that, they already were planning to fuck over Zach because they fucked David the way they fucked him, but Zach was fighting tooth and nail, and they couldn't just push Zack Snyder around because he's a seasoned director, and they'd already essentially at that point in time gave him keys to the kingdom, so to speak.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And it really, like, if you think about it, like, yeah, like,
What's up, nerdy?
really, hey, what up, nerdy?
What's up, hard boiled? Jonathan Ayla, what up? He said,
But
loving the shirts, guys. Hell yeah.
yeah, but
Oh, and
yeah,
hold on, let me read this real quick by Eric Hardboiled Entertainment. He said, "Yeah, the end of Comic Con live stream would be the perfect time to announce the Snyder Cut, HBO Max, brief theatrical release, Ayla the Irishman coming soon after Zach films the last few scenes." Hell yeah.
mm, you are dead set on the HBO Max thing because it's very easy, dude.
I, I mean,
Like I keep saying, like I know, like with how hard Zach is pushing it, he is going for a theatrical run. Like coronavirus, the virus or no virus, he is gonna get that movie out in theaters.
right. Um, I mean, to me, like I wouldn't mind it being on HBO Max at all. Do I think it'll be on there? I don't know. But the thing is about it, the only thing that concerns me, if it does end up on HBO Max, a lot of Zach's fans are foreign, and that's gonna cause them initially to not be able to have access to this movie. You know,
Right. Yes,
so that
exactly.
will
That's what
in turn hurt the movie because a lot here in America, a lot of people, it's mainly the people on the other side here in the US that talk shit about Zach. No motherfuckers from foreign countries. They love the god of Zach. They got their minds together and their shit together. We've got the assholes here that are always talking shit about DC, the DCEU, Zack Snyder and David Ayer. And most of his diehards, you know, I mean, I'm not to insult anybody. I know everyone, you know, is a fan to some degree, but most of his diehards, his strongest supporters that are going to go out to the theater and watch this thing 10 times, they're in foreign countries. You know, they're foreigners. And I just feel like if it drops on HBO Max, that will really fuck the numbers, the box office, the whatever you want to call it, to the Snyder Cut.
Yep, and really, like, to take it home, really, with you saying that majority of his fans are foreigners. Like I take you back to that clip where we saw back in the Brazil Comic-Con that they had. Like, in
they
the
already
Brazil,
said we're making him jealous.
dude,
We said we're making him jealous with our awesome ass shirts.
sorry, dude.
Oh yeah.
So as I was saying, like, to take your to really piggyback on what you said, like, in Brazil they had a con that Ryan Reynolds, like, when he basically said that.
Well, what I'm talking, yeah, I remember that. Go ahead.
When he said that Six Underground is basically the Snyder Cut, the whole theater erupted, and I don't even think Ryan expected for how big the pop was gonna be. Because he was like, "Oh wow, what did I do?"
He was like, "Oh no, hey, somebody else should take the mic." I'm in the wrong panel. Yeah. I'm in the wrong panel. Some shit like that. Yeah, he did not. I mean, he tried to. He kept his composure together though, but you could tell that he was just being classical Ryan Reynolds, and you know, I love that guy. And but you know, that's not the first time he's outright said something about the Snyder Cut. He was doing that, making fun of Henry Cavill's mustache, but in a nice way. You know, remember he had drinking that coffee on that commercial, and fucking he put it down, and he had the fucked up mustache. Like, and he took off running, and then it was gone or some shit. He was like, some shit like that. I can't remember what happened in the commercial, but it was basically poking fun at Henry Cavill's CGI, you know, lip mustache. You know, in Justice League, and also, again, that's not the only time. The second time that Ryan Reynolds has mentioned the DCEU in high regard. You know, not even in high regard. Like, you can tell that he's he's interested in the DCEU. He's interested. You know what I'm saying? He likes it. He's never, you know, you know, and if you think back to even Deadpool 2. When he was fighting for what's his name, the dude with the mechanical arm from the future, the older guy, Cable.
Yeah.
He was like, he said something like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of you," or something like that. And he was like, "So dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?" He's like, punched him off like, "You're clowning, bro." When I first seen that movie, that shit cracked me up, dude. And you know, I think that honestly, I mean, I can't imagine. I almost thought maybe he was supposed to play a future role that got canceled in the DCEU. Maybe not Green Lantern, but maybe he had a small role playing some character or something with an actual serious like character, not like his typical, you know, comedy characters and shit. You know, you know, because he's a big fan of DC. I mean, he was, you know, he played the original Green Lantern movie. They fucked it up. He really, really was passionate about making the movie. and they just, the studio did whatever the fuck they wanted with the movie against Ryan Reynolds' wishes.
And,
Studio
and
interference. That was the first sign back then, and none of us, it wasn't severe enough for anything to be done about it. But that was the first sign that, DC properties are not getting made the way that they're supposed to by the creatives that are envisioning it. Ryan Reynolds knows that firsthand, and I feel like he's compassionate towards Zach just because he's experienced this shit firsthand alone. All right, go ahead.
And Hardboiled said to bring Deadpool to DC, and I think that
that would be cool.
But here's the funny thing: I think that might actually be a reality because the Deadpool creator actually confirmed today that Kevin Feige told him that they're not planning on doing a Deadpool 3.
And
So,
and also they are not going to allow Deadpool to cross over into the MCU now.
wait, what?
Yeah. That's what was said. That's what that's what the news was. It wasn't you got it. I know where a couple of sites are reporting on this funky because I read the same shit that you read. And if you go back and you scavenge through all the bullshit, you'll find the source of it and what initially was said, and it kind of got misconstrued as it blew up on the internet. They are not allowing Deadpool to come into the MCU because of the fact that they want Deadpool to be rated R. They want to tone Deadpool down to like PG level, and they want to change certain things about Deadpool besides just the language, the tone, and the darkness he has to him. And they kind of want to like do their own version of Deadpool inside the MCU. And Ryan Reynolds and the creator, what's his name?
Robert Layfield,
yeah.
who is actually a Snyder Cut supporter, ironically. Yeah.
Yep. And they're giving him and Ryan Reynolds shit about it. So what it is that Deadpool 3 is still on the books, but because of the fact that they're playing hardball trying to get Deadpool or because they're playing hardball about letting Deadpool into the MCU, and they're kind of like going at it right now. Creative differences, I guess is the word to use. The studio is being dicks now, and they have delayed Deadpool 3 again. And they're trying to stop Deadpool 3 from happening. They're trying to bully their ass, is what they're doing.
Robin Ryan said, "You're not gonna Zack Snyder me."
He's like, I ain't taking that shit. Right. Yeah, and so basically that's what was actually said initially, and that's the truth to the matter. Either way you swing it, it's basically same shit that you said. It's just that that little detail is actually kind of important, But yeah, and so what I was thinking to myself is, and what you just brought up, and some of our friends in the chat have brought up. Imagine this, okay? If Deadpool is banned, right, from MCU, right, and he's never going to be in the MCU, right? Okay, now imagine. Now that makes Deadpool stay in his own little universe, right? Now he's already said in Deadpool 2, his newest Deadpool movie, "Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?" That right there makes the DC universe canon to Deadpool. And if he doesn't cross over to the MCU, then that is even higher chances that if they want to get Deadpool into a crazy character crossover, and fucking Zack Snyder and David Ayer, mainly Zack Snyder, are like fucking in DC, are like, fuck yeah, they don't appreciate their R-rated fucking merc with a mouth. He'll be perfect over here in DC, boy. They already brought James Gunn, and I don't like James Gunn that much. Sorry, but my point is they brought him to this side from Marvel. Why wouldn't they do it with Deadpool? And all the shout outs that Ryan Reynolds has given. Go ahead.
And if they do this, if this would be a missed opportunity, if there was a joke saying, "Hi, Kevin, you missed the opportunity," This is karma, son. like
Oh,
that would
that,
be
oh my God, that's some shit Deadpool would do too, bro.
yeah.
He said kind of like he'd say something like hi Kevin. He was like oh that went over your head. He was like stop stroking and start catching or something like that. He says some weird funny shit though. Deadpool does.
yeah.
But no man, that would be dope if somehow it wouldn't. I mean, I don't know how now that see now here's the thing too. Typically I would say besides the fact that Ryan Reynolds has already played Green Lantern inside the DC movie universe, besides the fact that in Deadpool 2, he literally made DC canon by speaking on DC,
yeah.
on the DCEU, on speaking on it. And
Yeah.
okay, besides the fact that he literally at a panel said, and this is the Snyder cut, making that joke.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he made that commercial with the coffee mug, with the fucking mustache, with making fun of Henry Cavill's mustache, all these things are pointing at Ryan Reynolds trying to get into the DCEU.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean literally Ryan Reynolds playing a different character or a different version of Green Lantern? Or does that literally mean, maybe we're all misconstruing it, and that literally means he's bringing Deadpool into the DCEU? And the reason why this could be possible now is because of the fact, besides, like I said in Deadpool 2, him speaking on it and making it canon, breaking the fourth wall, in the CW crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Ezra Miller's The Flash, and Grant Gustin, they made the TV universe, the movie universe, and created a multi-universe. So now anything can go. Anything can happen.
Yep. And
This
and
shit
it,
could happen.
and if you think about it like this, really, like I think isn't isn't Fox doesn't Fox still owns like from everything logically that we've been talked about, like that still makes Deadpool logically with the Fox, so they could essentially still make a deal
Ooh,
with DC and have
yeah.
him make a cameo in the DCEU.
Yeah, that's very true. Read this comment, and I want to speak on this because I really like this comment. This is Jonathan Ayla again, and I really appreciate this question.
And
It's right up.
I would say yes, like
I would say
definitely
hell yes, dude.
yes.
That would be badass. Seeing Shay LaBeouf or however I always call him Shy or Shay LaBeouf. A lot of people say his name
Shia
different.
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I always say his name funny. But that is man. I've been watching that dude since he was a teeny bopper, bro. In the movies, I remember when he was a young ass motherfucker in that Will Smith movie, I Robot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, way back then when he was like 16 and he was like trying to kiss it, man, quick trying to cuss and go home, trying to look
Oh,
cool and
that
shit.
was him? That was him? Wow. Wow, dude.
Yeah, I was a fan. I'm a fan of him and Will Smith. And yeah, that would be perfect because he's really been off the radar the last since the last Transformers movie he was in. He did one or two movies, but nothing really like stood out or stuck like that. But man, that would put him back on the map. He's under the radar enough to where he would be the type of person that I could see David or I could see Zach casting to play him.
And
Now, granted, I don't think he would have a large role. I think that maybe they'd show him in a couple of scenes for context, while he was
yeah,
alive, and then mainly just focus on how he died. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you never know. Zach was the
Or
kind of
who
guy where
knows?
he would leave it. He would leave it ambiguous enough to where if it did good enough, if people were happy enough with that iteration of the dead Robin, that he would leave it open, ambiguous enough to where people could go back and, just like they did Wonder Woman, go way back and give him a standalone movie of when he first met Batman, how he got trained, all that shit. And the potential is endless. Once you start, it's fun to talk about and fun to think about. And
Yep.
I
And
think that would be a
Fatal
great
Data then.
casting choice. I think that would be a great casting choice. And I think David Ayer would been. That is the movie that I think David Ayer should have directed first. Suicide Squad was a large project in the studio. Because it was a large project, was scared shitless after the reaction, the bullshit reaction to BVS. And if he could have just simply have
And you
directed,
want to know?
if he could have
And
just started off with a Red Hood movie, oh my God, and made it connect to BVS in a subliminal way to show the link to where it could be Robin, and then they don't even say, because they're going to make another Red Hood in the second one. They do the big reveal for the people that don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That,
and it really like and Vale J is in the chat.
oh, what's up, Fatal J? Salute. Where's he at? Where's he at? He down here. He said, May 10th, we're going to be trending again. Hey, Mother Box Day, boy. Mother Box Day is tomorrow. You damn right. I'm about, hey, real shit. Tomorrow, man. If something groundbreaking happens, I have tomorrow off. Man, if something actually like groundbreaking happens, everybody, all y'all got to make time. You, Subjective, Fatal, Nerdy, Jeffrey, y'all got to make time, because we're going to do some kind of an epic crossover of our own, live streaming, and we might have a watch party. I don't know, but we got to do something big. We got to go, you know what I'm saying? If something big happens, we got to do something big.
Yeah.
I'm going to be tweeting my motherfucking ass off. I don't give a what we're doing. Whatever it is, I'm going 1,000 miles an hour on it. I'm not fucking around tomorrow.
So speaking about big things, I think that's a good transition to really the theory that maybe in the nightmare future that Joker and Batman are teaming up in those nightmare sequences.
Right. Oh yeah. And that's what I want to talk about, Fatal J, and then Nerdy in many ways. Initially, I'm gonna bring it all the way back to like this, right? Initially, and I know some people gonna hate this, some people gonna like this. There was fan theories before Suicide Squad came out that Jared Leto's Joker was secretly Robin from the Red Hood type storyline, basically, or not the Red Hood storyline, but like almost like the Tim Drake. I don't remember what iteration it was that it happened to, but basically, like, Robin got killed, but like basically, like Harley Quinn swapped. Maybe Harley Quinn actually killed the real Joker prior and swapped him out because she had a thing for Robin. You know what I'm saying? And there's actually an animated movie where her and Nightwing got a thing going on for a minute in the movie, and that she and in the Suicide Squad, in the extended cut, they put back this scene where he's telling Harley Quinn that he was like, "Oh, you helped me. You didn't help me. You erased my mind of what few faded memories I had left," and he was all pissed off and shit. So that right there tells you he's got some kind of secret backstory. We're never going to know now unless shit changes. They had all this planned out.
And here's the thing. David Ayer actually said that the Suicide Squad was supposed to be an origin for the Joker. And I'm like, a origin of the Joker when Batman has been Batman when Bruce has been Batman for 20 years.
Oh yeah, because
and really, like, that's kind of confusing to put it in a way like that. So really, that kind of teases like a little bit like
the Joker would be right. And and another thing is too, is as brutal as this Batman is, you know what I'm saying? And after all the shit he's went through, he's near the end of his career. He's near already hanging up his cape. Hence why Zack, at the end of his 5-film arc, was gonna let Batman go out in a blaze of glory and put him to
Yep.
rest. Okay, so now think about this: the Joker's got to be up there in years too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people would argue that in real life, Jared Leto is actually like a year or two older than Ben Affleck. But the thing
Right.
is that this is what people don't understand. This is a movie, and this is Hollywood. Okay, did you see what a little bit of makeup did, and how much younger Jared Leto? How old would you say Jared Leto's Joker looked? Why did they make
When
Jared
I
Leto get so buff and walk around with no shirt on? He was fucking ripped as the Joker. I've never seen
when
a ripped Joker. I've seen a skinny, ill, sickly, crazy, psychotic fucking man, but I've never seen a buff fucking Joker before. This dude was buff for playing the Joker. I mean, he
and
wasn't huge, but he was buff.
and it really like when I just looked this up right now, like I was shocked to find out that Jared Leto is actually a closer age to was a closer age to Ben, because in the Suicide Squad, I thought Jared Leto was
Was way
20 at
young.
least.
Yeah. Like in his like 27 or something in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I thought Jared Leto's Joker, I thought he was like 20. I'm like, this dude got to be like 27 or something. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and and my point is the way that he acts, okay? The way that he's so bling bling, but also violent and aggressive, and the way that is just the way that he's so buff, they purposely tried to make him look like he was in his late 20s. Maybe I
Yeah.
would even argue mid 20s, not even late 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why would they do that? You know, why would they go so far as to make this guy look that ripped, that much younger than Batman? Because essentially he would need to be, old as Batman, have gray in his hair, couple of wrinkles, kind of worn the fuck down. Because the Joker has always been a couple years older than Batman, not a
Yeah.
couple years younger, and not way fucking younger on top of that. Then you
Mm-hmm.
add up the fact that the initial promotional art where it showed him going like this, imitating the Killing Joke. There, right before Suicide Squad came out, there was little, and it was makeup, but you can look the pictures up. There's little scars on his shoulders, and if you put the costume from the Robin costume from BVS up side by side, the marks fucking line up with it. Now, when the
Yeah.
movie came out on Jared Leto, the scenes that we seen, they removed the marks from him. They covered it back up with makeup or whatever they did. And they really didn't show it from like a certain angle, but I don't know if they changed it last minute, but there was definitely an idea out there somewhere that they might have changed their mind on. But at some point, there was an idea to do this, to light a fire under this storyline. And I think that fans figured it out too fucking fast. And the studio was already panicking about BVS, and they're like, "Oh fucking no, they weren't supposed to know
And
that for 5 movies." You know what I'm
and
saying?
and here's like something
And they
else you
changed everything.
and really like to add to that, like Jared Leto teasing that Batman and Joker would team up. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
like
seen
if
that.
you like if you go like
Why would he say that?
you and me were going back and forth on Twitter, on that same post, and we were basically finding all of these images like Batman in the nightmare scene Joker holding a Joker rifle and holding a and holding a pistol, and the paint is fresh, meaning that down the road when Darkseid takes over,
I'm not
the
sure, Fatal J.
Joker and Batman,
I'll
they
let you
do
know. I'll get with you on that. Go ahead.
the basically like the nightmare scenes. If you're really paying attention
Oh yeah, the
to
nightmare
the
scene.
Joker, if you're paying attention to Batman's weapons in the nightmare scene, he's holding a Joker rifle with the press
Oh,
with the press with a and you can tell it's Joker's rifle because it has the Joker's symbol on it and the paint is fresh. Meaning that when Darkseid takes over, they later down the road are either that they're teaming up. So think about that. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
would
and I
think
seen that, and
that
on that gun, dude, it shows, yeah, the purple, the green, the Joker's colors with the Jester on it, and then on the front of it's got a little bow tied on it that looks like Harley Quinn's fucking bow. You know what I'm saying? Like a
yeah,
bandana or something that Harley Quinn would wear, and then it shows the Joker on it. So basically, and a lot of people miss that, and you know, so you know, and when Jared Leto was asked about what other supervillain would he want his Joker to team up with, he wasn't out of nowhere. He just like gave his own response and said, "Well, I know he's not a villain, but I would love to see Joker and Batman team up. I think it
yeah,
would be very interesting. It would be dynamic, and like he was just all about Batman,
yeah,
Batman,
like
fucking Batman, and like when he also he was wanting to know about when Ben Affleck was gonna get his solo movie and shit, he was just going crazy. He was so happy for Ben Affleck, and he just kept saying like, the possibilities. He would love to be able to pop up at least in the movie for a minute or two to have an interesting, one off with him, and that he put up action figures of his Joker like this with the knife around Ben Affleck's action
yeah,
figure, and like
yeah,
he was just so like a little kid geeked and so fucking happy, like he
yeah,
knew some shit, but he couldn't talk about it. And that
yeah.
there
Like
was
I
so many
mean,
promises down the line and so much shit that would have unfolded had everything have went right and people gave it a chance. People
and
shot the DCEU into a million fucking pieces after one goddamn movie, after
and you want to know
BVS.
what, and you want to know what I find dumb about that part, like with the people complaining, like the Dark Side, like Justice League, the new Justice League Dark War movie is at a 100% on the critic score and the 91% on the audience score. And if you and really like there's a lot of if you're paying attention, like a lot of Snyder fans noticed this, like they noticed a lot of similarities to what Zach was going to do, and they're like, dude, why did people hate Zach when he was doing this?
I know.
But but when it's animated, it it's like okay, everything good. Like just doesn't make sense to me.
Yes. And Fatal J said Jared Leto's acting wise is on the level of Joaquin Phoenix. He is.
Yeah,
Well, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Jared Leto is a not only a musician, a rock star, he is a A-list actor. And some people can feel or not like he's got awards as well. You cannot like the type of movies he starred in, but the fact of the matter is that he is an A-list actor. He has got acting chops like a motherfucker.
yeah.
And he went in so hard. He wanted this Joker. He was so excited to be given the opportunity to play him. David Ayer seen it. And David even came out just today, or not today, a day or two ago, and said basically that that he feels so bad for Jared because the shit that him and Jared filmed together was absolutely amazing, and that it's a shame that the rest of the world has not yet seen his true performance, and so much of his performance is sitting on the cutting room floor, and that basically, Jared deserves to have another chance. Jared deserves for his hard work to be seen.
and
And go
and
ahead.
the and here's the thing. Actually, I like if you saw one of those backstage videos, like he went into detail about the filming process of Jared Leto's Joker scenes where I don't know what I don't remember what he said, but he essentially said that he but he essentially said that have he would be filming the Joker like Jared Leto would be saying, "Hey, call me the Joker." Yeah, call me the Joker and all that, and he would go in to this thing where he would be talking about like just with the presence of Jared Leto's Joker when he was like he would be going on like you could just feel and see the Joker in Jared Leto's performance. Like I'm like, yo, where were the what is the scene that like what are those scenes that are missing? Like
Right. It's just, and they talked about it too. And like I said, Will Smith said that David Ayer, during the promotion for Suicide Squad, during, before the release where they were like being interviewed and they had the whole group, everybody, 20 cast members with David Ayer on the sets, on the TV shows, and they're cracking jokes, talking about their time recording, talking about about the movie, promoting the movie. There was a compilation. Again, I shared it on Twitter. It's near the top of my page. But there's this one part in there where Will Smith is talking about his time on the set with David Ayer in character as Deadshot. And he said that, David would want to get to know them so well and that he was a great guy, nice guy, that, they would tell him about their childhood trauma, shit that traumatized them, shit that they've been through that nobody else knew. And that he said he was like, we were on set and one day, and it was usually like this, and Dave would be like, and you remember when that messed up shit happened to you? It was the Joker's fault, and go. And or some shit like that. And it got me thinking, how many scenes did we see in Suicide Squad with Will Smith's Deadshot versus Jared Leto's Joker? Zero. And
none.
we know for a fact that in the original trailer where the Joker half his face is burnt off and he's got that smoke grenade and the handgun out, he's like, bye-bye. And it was in the trailer real quick, and he's wearing the classical black and white tux with the flower and the white glove. We know for a fact
Yeah.
that he was talking to Deadshot
Yeah.
when he said that. And we know, but that's only one scene. Now, why would David Ayer tell Will Smith, like, bring up his childhood trauma and tell him, and the Joker did it, and go? You know what I'm saying? If his, unless his character arc heavily was focused around the Joker, why would you tell somebody to envision that? That's something you do when that person's going to have a hell of a lot of interactions with this villain. You know what I'm saying? Not one flipping scene. So even if they restored the one scene we know for a fact, that still couldn't be all of them. And then, like I said, there was this lady, and Chris Wong Swenson found it in one of his videos a while back, and he went way back, a little bit back on one of his videos, and he showed this lady that seen an early screening of Suicide Squad before it came out, and she actually seen the Ayer cut. And she said something about BVS and Batman, or Batman and BVS was tormented, lost his way. Batman and Suicide Squad is the Batman you've always wanted. It's Batman back on track, back to his roots. Batman has as much screen time as Spider-Man in Civil fucking War. What?
Right.
What? How much screen time did we get of Batman?
One scene.
He had like he punched and kicked Deadshot, or he punched and kicked Will Smith's Deadshot in front of his daughter, like boom, boom. I don't want to do this in front of your daughter. That's it.
There was like Deadshot. That one scene with the Deadshot and that one
where
scene
he's on top of
with
the car
Joker.
and the Joker vanishes in like 2 seconds flat, and they don't even have a fucking conversation.
So,
That's bullshit.
so that's two scenes.
And that scene with the Joker was super fast.
Yep, like that was supposed to be going on for a little while longer. Like even if
Mm-hmm.
you take out that deleted dialogue where he said where he where he basically said he took something away from me, now I'm gonna
I'm gonna
take
take
something away
something
from
from him.
him.
Yeah,
Like that scene was supposed to be going on for a while because that he would have still went after Joker because Joker still wouldn't have gotten that far
right,
to where he's like he can't be tracked anymore. Like you yeah like that scene was supposed to go on for a while.
right, exactly. You know that scene was supposed to go on for quite some time, and you can tell in the movie how highly edited that 3 different cuts of the movie. There's definitely the air cut, the compromised air cut, and then the theatrical bullshit, whatever the freaking nature fucking shit turd that was they gave us. There's 3 cuts of the movie meshed into that scene. You can clearly tell because
Yeah.
there's a scene where they're driving and the Joker is like all doing this crazy like over the top, like not even watching where he's driving. Then there's a scene where he's looking at Harley and she's like, telling him, "Come on, Puddin'." And then there's a scene where he's like, a different version where he's like, "Whoa!" and punching the roof. Then there's another
Yeah.
version of it where he's like driving. He's like, "Skirt!" He's like, "Oh," got this real pissed off look on his face. And I'm like, that is clearly 3 different versions, recorded versions of this same scene that they're trying to act like is going on at the same time.
Yeah,
What the fuck is this?
like going through 3 emotions in like 3 seconds. I know the Joker is crazy,
But
but
that's fucking yeah. Then if you
doesn't look like
compile
the Joker.
Harley and Harley Quinn is doing the same thing, damn near going through 3 different sets of emotions. If you add up her shit and then look at the first official trailer, or even the first Comic Con trailer for Suicide Squad, she's like, there's the actual air cut scene was serious. It was and
Yeah,
it was played out. It was like consistent, and it had a score, and it was eerie, and they were fucking not fucking around. None of the characters were fucking, they were not playing. They were serious. It was a
yeah,
serious movie. It was R-rated, definitely. No
yeah,
doubt about it. The Joker was definitely an R-rated character, and in my opinion, that's partially why they cut him out of the movie, because of the studio meddling. And
yeah.
because of the fact that they wanted to knock it down and make the movie PG-13. Look at Zack Snyder's Ultimate Edition of BVS. It was rated R. The direct follow-up to that, it would make sense for it to be rated R.
And Zack Snyder's Justice League, like I said, like one of the there was like one of this person was there's a person who was supposed to be one of the Atlantean soldiers, and this was actually going to take place in the mother box scene, where he said that the initial Atlantis scene was one going to be longer, which we already knew,
Yeah.
and the fight scene was, quote, too violent, so they cut it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fucking stupid is that?
Right.
That's the dumbest shit
Like,
I've ever. It's just, I just don't know what, but it's just, I don't know what these guys were thinking during this time frame. Like, what and I know these assholes ain't there at Warner Brothers anymore, but still, they
what
still
were
do
they
business. I
thinking?
mean, like, they still do business the same. It's like, okay, so you make a movie, right? And the main movie is about Batman, Harley Quinn, Joker, and Will Smith, Deadshot. basically, featuring
Yeah,
all the other characters.
right.
Basically, Batman and Joker are the focus.
And you
Then
had Killer Croc.
secondary bonus. Okay, so who makes a movie and cuts all of fucking Ben Affleck's Batman? Who makes a movie and cuts Batman out of the movie who had a role the size of Civil War and cuts Joker out of the movie who has a role big enough to make the entire movie only about him? And in his exact words, the actor that fucking played him, Jared Leto.
and
Who
and
does this?
and
Why?
yeah, because that's essentially like making a Robin movie without Batman, not a Nightwing movie without Batman. Like just a Robin movie without Batman sounds weird.
Yeah, it sounds very, very weird, and it trips me out, man. Their mindset. What pisses me off is these uh people that are still coming out and attacking David Ayer and attacking Jared Leto's Joker. His Joker scenes were reshot. On top of the fact that they cut his role out, they reshot the shit that we did see. Because there was definitely scenes with him bitch smacking Harley Quinn. Did you see that in the movie? No.
No.
They definitely changed scenes to make them end different. They added that scene with him saving Harley Quinn from prison. That wasn't supposed to be there. We know
Yeah,
that for a
that
fact.
doesn't. Yeah, that's
That
definitely.
scene where he shot Monster T in the face, that didn't happen. That wasn't supposed to play out like that. He talked Monster T into blowing his own face off.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
clearly
like
they altered things to such a level that it makes you wonder how much we don't know that they altered. We know that they added humor in it and reshot lines. Oh, and with Will Smith, it's easy to do that because it's Wilkin Smith. You know.
yeah,
Oh, you one of them deaf hoes. Then that shit was funny, but it
yeah,
was like
that
you could
was
tell
funny.
that was reshot. That wasn't initially in the air cut when he first shot the shit and it was ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You could tell it wasn't. And it's just weird. They added more scenes to make Harley Quinn more humorous,
and
more
and
upbeat and hey guys,
and
and more
and and even David Ayer himself said that his initial cut is actually supposed to be a very serious, very dark tone.
oh, and
So
it was very dark. And if I was one of the people that bought one of the first posters for Suicide Squad, right?
right,
And you can't. It's hard as fuck to find this poster anymore. But let me tell you about this poster. I don't even have it's put up, but anyway, I would just pull it out and show you, but I'd have to dig. It's not in here, but anyway, in this poster, okay, it's Jared Leto's Joker and it's Harley Quinn in it. And you know what it shows? It shows that scene that's part of a scene that's cut out of the movie where he's standing there with no shirt on, but has his purple trench coat on his shoulders, but almost off his body to where you can see he's got no shirt on.
right.
And he's standing there and he's got this with his arms crossed, he's got this look on with one purple glove, and then Harley Quinn is looking serious as fuck and she's standing beside him. And then
Oh
and
yeah,
then
now
and the
it's what
picture
you're
is
talking
it's
about.
really dark. It's before they edited it with the film studio and changed the color scheme to make it bright and pop, and it was real dark and murky colors. And above it, it showed what the scene said. It quoted it, and this quote was not in the movie. And it said, something pudding, something pudding pop, laughter lies, and so do eyes, or some shit like that.
Wow.
And that shit was not in the movie at all. And you can tell when you look at it that the way that the Joker's face looks, it looks more natural. The filter on the camera and on the picture, it's like they tried to brighten the Joker so much. The hair and make his hair is almost glowing like neon color.
Yeah, yeah,
And like the
yeah.
and like
Kind of
the
look
spots
like
where they've got makeup on, it makes it evident in appearance that it
yeah,
is
like
makeup and it's supposed to be from acid. When that and the way that they
yeah,
that they
because
just altered the fucking color scheme, the way that they did Justice League, they did the same
mhm.
thing to Suicide Squad.
And really, like if you think about it, like if you like, Joker is. hair in the theatrical cut of Suicide Squad, it kind of looked like it glow like hair candy. Like you could actually
Yeah,
takes a piece of it and actually eat it, and it would be tasty.
right.
To me, his hair
That's how
kind of
over the
looks like
top they did the color shit, the color scheme, the filter, whatever you want to call it. That's how over the top that they edited David Ayer's movie, trying to make it appeal to the masses, trying to basically marvel it up, trying to Guardian the Galaxy it the up. And it was just ridiculous. And I'm telling you, this original poster, man, it pisses me off because it got off up. I still got it, but I've been looking around. It's hard to find it online. But when you see it and you look at it, you know what it reminds you of? As soon as you see, it doesn't even matter what the Joker and Harley Quinn are doing in the picture. Just the shading of it, the way it looks, the way it feels, the mood it gives off. You know what it screams? BVS. It
what?
screams. It just screams BVS.
Oh yeah.
But no, like you know how the BVS looked and felt?
Yep.
This is how the poster and the graphics and the texture looked to the early Suicide Squad shit. This is how it looked in the Ayer cut because it was supposed to be a direct sequel to BVS. It is, and it was. They changed it, but the Ayer cut is completely finished. It's done.
Yeah,
And
like
it
it's
has they
done.
removed in the theatrical cut for no reason all the connective tissue to BVS because of the backlash to BVS. They wanted to stay away from it. They had shady motherfucking executives in the studio at the time. They wanted to cut all ties to what was done as best they could. That's why they reshot everything that had to do with Steppenwolf and Parademons last minute. And
Yeah.
David Ayer's got a completed cut that looks and feels like Suicide Squad. That looks and feels just like BVS. That follows up right where BVS ends, where that features that hulking, menacing Steppenwolf that we've seen in BVS Ultimate Edition, and Demonic Parademons, a movie with a ton of Batman, with a role the size of Spider-Man in Civil
Spider-Man
War,
Civil War.
and Joker with enough footage to make a whole movie about him.
Yep.
That is what we are missing in the Ayer cut. That is what we do not have that they have sitting on a shelf. And David Ayer, I mean, I wish I could watch that movie really bad,
Yeah.
really bad. And it makes me wonder: is some of the reshoots? Is it because it makes you wonder: is David working alongside Zach because he is
I
following
think
suit?
so.
Is he in constant communication / contact with Zack Snyder? Because he is following direct suit with everything that Zack has been doing so far. And now that, in my opinion, the Snyder Cut's a done deal. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's
we're bringing it to the
like
finish line. We still got to bring it home, but it's already been exposed. It's already blown up. We've already had all our fights. We've already got all the clout to it. We've already donated. We've done so much wars and promoting and everything in between. That it's a done deal for the Snyder Cut. It's not a matter of if anymore. It's a matter of when.
yep.
So now that we're all at home and that we're just waiting for the Snyder Cut to be released at this point, all of us, is
Yeah.
this Zack's way? And Zack Snyder has damn near completely stopped promoting the Snyder Cut recently. He
Hmm.
still drops cryptic posts and shit here and there, but for the most part, he's slowed all that shit down. So, and in the fact that David is now doing this, is this Zack and David's way of saying, "Hey, it's time to
We're
get the Ayer
getting
cut now, boy. Let's
Yep.
get it." Is that what they're
Mhm.
doing? Is that what is going on?
Like I said, like you said, I think so. Because really, I think it was around the time after November that David Ayer has been very aggressive with talking about with him talking about the haircut. He's been actually very aggressive lately, just like Zach was in the early stages. And just as Zach starts to calm down, David Ayer starts to come out with haircut stuff. That tells me something. And it really like it if you and it really like it, with him not being the director for Bright 2, like the second Bright movie, that tells me something because like he was initially supposed to direct he was supposed to direct Bright 2, but then he immediately leaves. Like, am I the only one seeing the connection here with David Ayer leaving Bright 2 and is now promoting his Ayer cut? Like,
Right.
yeah,
And
like
and
I'm,
and and the thing is though, is that there is a couple of people, okay, in the movement that are like, until he comes out and just straight up says out of his own mouth, release the air cut. We're not worried about the air cut, and we shouldn't waste our time on it. Now that is only a couple of people that have said
yeah,
that to
that's
me.
only a couple of
It's
people.
very no, it's a very, very, very. I mean, less than four people on my hand. Okay,
Mm,
okay, and I'm not going to name names, and there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that, we're fighting for Zach, but what I'm, primarily, and trust me, you, and along with a lot of other people, we are big, big supporters, but we are fighting for creative integrity. And Zach would want us as well to fight for him. Yes, we've got to get the Snyder cut out first, or make sure at least that that's happening first, that it's going to
yep,
happen. It don't matter the timeline that it's released, but and I understand that as well. So I do understand on one aspect where they're coming from.
yep,
But I think it's time to start the campaigning for the air cut, because the air cut is not got out there to the mainstream like that yet.
yep,
And every day, and somebody else was just Royal Wakefield, by the way. What's up, buddy? He said,
yep,
there's so many people reporting on Snyder Cut now, he can't fucking keep up with the videos and the news. That's how you know it's went mainstream. And honestly, when I drop videos, YouTube ain't even promoting them like they used to anymore, because there's so many large channels that could give a shit less about the Snyder Cut, but they're reporting on it that it's crushing my channel's views.
mm-hmm,
It's crushing them. I'm barely getting up to fucking 400 views and shit, 400 views on a video now, where I was doing double to triple that at times. And I'm not bitching about that. It is what it is. But my point is that what's going to happen is what's going to happen. I don't think anymore. We're going to keep doing what we can do, but this we already know the Snyder Cut's happening. We don't
yep,
know when, but we know it's happening.
yep,
Air cut, I don't. I think Air cut came out before Justice League, like a year and a half
yep,
before. So if we don't start getting this thing some clout and start bringing this to people's attention soon, there is a chance that this might not happen for the Air cut. Snyder cut is a done deal in my mind. No
I
matter.
don't think so because it really TNT been dropping some has been dropping some Ayer cut shots actually for a while.
Yeah. Yep. And he has been doing that. But see, so you could take
No,
that.
no TNT.
Oh, you
Like,
said, oh, TNT.
yep, they've been dropping. They actually dropped a Ayer cut shot in their newest post where it shows Katana in like in, in this alley, and you could tell that it's like very natural, and it really stands out from the other four pictures that are on there.
Nice. Yeah. See, and that's awesome. And I didn't know that. Um, that's pretty awesome. I hope that things are going good then, because like I said, I've always been a big fan of that. Um, let's see what he said. Hold on. I'm Shriek Kitwadkar. I didn't see any scars. I think they covered it with tattoos. Yeah, they did. If you look
Yeah,
up
they did.
that picture, though, way back when he's going like this with Jared Leto, you can see if you zoom in, there's even people that have pictures of it where they circled it in red where they are and zoomed in so you could see it clearly. There was definitely marks on his shoulders, scars, and then all of a sudden, in the theatrical cut of Suicide Squad, they were gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's see what we got down here. Let's see. I can see Joker and Deathstroke being in the Batcave easy.
Yeah. Yeah, really, he really that would also be a very cool scene to have in there, like with Joker and Deathstroke being together.
Yeah. Remember the scene where the Joker draws a black beard on his face and he lays. Well, it was actually a smiley face, I believe,
Yeah,
and
it
he
was.
lays back on the floor laughing. I think he was having PTSD of Batfleck knocking out his teeth after killing Robin. So awesome. See, and
Oh, oh,
we'll never
really?
know. He
Oh,
could.
actually, David Ayer did mention that in a tweet. I think a few months ago, where he said that the reason why he drew that smiley face with the black sharpie. He said that he did that because without Harley, the Joker was sad. So to put a smile on his face, he drew a smiley
Smiley
face
face.
around his mouth.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember hearing him say something about that, and that was I love that scene. You never know though; it could have been a little bit of both, though. Honestly, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's left for interpretation.
Yep.
Royal Wakefield, is the Ayer cut really ready? Then it should be released before. And I agree. Else it would just make Steppenwolf's cameo pointless. And see, this is what I'm thinking. What if you guys, what if part of Zack Snyder's reshoots, um, and really he wouldn't even need to reshoot it because it's all CGI. What if Zack wanted, because think about this, all right? Zack's initial Steppenwolf, the one that he wanted for us, it was the one in the Batman versus Superman Ultimate Edition.
Yep.
Now, we already know for a fact in the Ayer cut that maybe he was slightly different. He had like a staff or some shit. But primarily, Ayer was giving us Zack's version that he wanted of Steppenwolf. So maybe Zack would want to make the studio's version, like if this is Zack Snyder's Justice League. No. If I'm putting my name on it and stamping it, this is going to be the way I want. We did things your way. Look what happened. Maybe he's going to change his Steppenwolf back, and then they'll give us the Ayer cut the same day or right before the Snyder cut, so we can watch it in chronological order. Man, that would be amazing.
And someone actually commented on that saying, "Hey, are you straight?" Someone actually on Vero straight up asked Zach, "Hey, are you going to use your BBS version of his Steppenwolf?" And Zach simply replied with the flex emoji. That means that he is definitely doing that. So maybe that's what those scenes are, and what's delaying it, because he is working on those Steppenwolf scenes to make sure
Man,
that he's putting in those BBS Steppenwolf design scenes.
man, that would be so badass. And and it just, it makes sense if you, and like I said, with the Joker and shit, you could tell that, like I said, another reason why I think that there was some kind of secret hidden story about Batman and the Joker is, why were they so secretive? Why?
Right.
Supposedly, why did they cut out Cyborg out of Justice League and cut out his origin? Because Jeff Johns in the studio wanted to do a Cyborg standalone before shit hit the fan with Justice League in theaters at the box office. Supposedly that was their reason. I kind of believe that it was a little bit of that and a little bit of that they were just assholes and were going to do that bullshit anyway. But maybe they thought that down the line that they were gonna really have big plans, and then all of a sudden, they changed it last minute, and that's why they were gonna have and they weren't gonna tell you till way later on. They were gonna go into the Red Hood storyline. They were gonna go into the death of Robin and shit and show it in flashbacks, which we already know that supposedly there is a scene showing a burnt dead Robin and Joker laughing, getting his face punched in by Batman, him remembering it
Yeah.
and saying, and him and Harley Quinn in their apartment, which they cut this scene, and there is pictures of him on the bed in their apartment that they live in, Harley Quinn and the Joker, and him saying to her, and she said something about, who do you love the most? Harley Quinn said to him, and he said, the person that makes me the most angry and the most happy. And they said that he stands up real quick, and he says, and Harley Quinn gets excited and thinks that he's talking about her, and he stands up and he's like, the Batman. He's like, and he starts talking about their memories together over the years. You remember Harley? You remember? And he says, and this is all quoted from the original Air Cut script. You remember that time where we took care of that little birdie? How mad he was. I've never seen him that mad and that happy in my life before, or something like that. And he said that we got him to break his one rule or something like that. We almost got him to break his one rule and or something like that. And this shit was in the Air Cut, and the context of which they said that it happened, that it was real, because there was a deleted scene, where they showed him on his phone on his bed in what was their apartment. And before this shit was released, when this script leak came out, it described the motorcycle chase scene. It described the Joker hand grenade scene. And it described that scene as well before the movie came out in theaters, 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then it also described the Joker burning alive scene, them remembering back. But I'm thinking, like I said, they restored that scene, and with him talking about in the extended cut of Suicide Squad. And the reason why he's doing that is because she tortured him. They made it seem like, she was just some cute girl who fell in love with a maniac, when really she's Harley fucking Quinn. She fell in love with him and decided, I'm going to fix him. But really what happened was she erased his memory and played some kind of mind control shit on him, trying to get him to fall in love with her the way she was with him. And he said that she deleted all my memories of who I was.
And here's the thing that a lot of people don't really get about Harley. I still see people see Harley as just as Joker's girlfriend. She was a psychiatrist, meaning that she can toy with people's minds,
brains, with their brain.
So really, Harley can definitely do that and change Robin's mind to where it is where Robin, whatever was left of him, and mentally, she could have taken that away from him. So really, that would have explored her past a little bit more than what the theatrical cut gave us.
Okay, let's see. All right, hold on. This chat's going so fast, trying to keep up with it. He said, it's the real Joker. We forget a very important thing. He can't be anyone else because Harley is with him, and he is the one who created her. That is very true. But again, you have to understand. You have to
Wait,
understand this.
no,
That
wait,
this
there's
shit is comic
wait,
accurate, but it's also, in a sense, in certain other areas, it's loosely adapted. Think about
wait,
the fact of
wait. Think
Batman
about this. You
killing.
don't even like think about this though. Like you are right, but think about this. You go back to that chemical scene that's in the extended cut. Like that was the creation of Harley Quinn, and he looks the same as he does 20 years later. You mean to tell me that the Joker stayed in that young condition for over 20 years? Like,
Over
you know what I mean?
25 years or something.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
And like I said, with Batman, he's a loosely adapted version of The Dark Knight Returns. Anything is possible in this universe. I mean, Jimmy Olsen, for God's sake, was
it's a
was turned into a CE. He was turned into a CIA
CIA.
badass, and then got murdered. Like, bow, brains blown out in front of Lois Lane. Jimmy fucking Olsen was turned into a CIA operative in the
Yeah,
Snyderverse. And like I
yeah,
said, in certain areas, the movie is very comic accurate. In other areas, it's loosely certain story arcs of comics are adapted, but they're loosely adapted in other areas enough to where the filmmaker can still do their thing with it, the way that Christopher Nolan did with the Dark Knight trilogy, where he made it how he wanted to make it, but still at the core kept the characters how they're supposed to be. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But in other ways, Christopher Nolan did whatever the he wanted with his Batman universe that he created with the
yeah,
trilogy. You think about Christopher Nolan's version of Joker. As much as I love Heath Ledger's Joker, he was a completely inaccurate version of Joker, but was badass though at the same time. Think about
yeah,
this: his Heath Ledger's Joker, right? His secret plot slash origin in the Nolan trilogy was that he was a normal person who was a war veteran, who was
yeah,
in war that got blown up during a political time at war in Afghanistan or Iraq, and he went fucking nuts.
yeah,
And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna burn the fucking world down around me. Like everything's funny. It's funny when I die, ain't it? It's funny how all my friends are dead too, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? And he just went fucking nuts. And there's hints at it all throughout the movie. And
yeah,
if you notice, he's literally in and he knows all the salutes. He knows the gun things during that one scene when he's
yeah,
undercover. He has no makeup on. He looks like a normal person, but has like these scar dimples right here. And that's the only way you can tell it's him.
yeah.
And takes that shot and then he takes off running and he's fast. He's muscular. He's in shape.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to use uh he's got grenades, he's got fucking M15s, he's got automatic machine guns, bazookas, he knows how to flip over shit, derail shit, making detonators, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
um you can tell he is a criminal war veteran or some type. And that is not
Criminal.
comic accurate to any Joker whatsoever. But guess what?
Uh,
Christopher Nolan and Heath Ledger made that role their own. So I'm telling you, man, and the Snyderverse is much more comic accurate than the Nolan verse. But they're both great. They're both great. But what I'm saying
yeah,
is that there's no way that you can say, John, that
yeah. Like
that
there's
for
no.
sure that he could not be in some way, because they could have, for all they know, Jared Leto is the real Joker, but at the same time, somehow they make him the old Robin. And
Yeah,
somehow,
and it really,
because think about this, Zach's characters are much more grounded than any other interpretation that came before. So if you think about it in a realistic, down to earth way, and consequences, and people aren't superhuman other than Superman, pretty much. And
yeah,
even him, he can be killed. Think about this.
and
What would be the
and
perfect excuse for why Joker hasn't been murdered, straight murdered? We have a murdering Batman, and we have a Joker that looks 25 years younger than him that's still alive. You mean to tell me that Batman is killing regular motherfuckers, but he's letting the Joker, the evilest prick on the planet, run around, and he's fine? And then the Joker
and
disappears. The Joker disappears out of that car like he's
strong
got fucking
arm.
shadow, like League of Shadows fucking training.
Strong arm, and the thing about this, like you're talking about comic accurate. Like I don't know if it's either New 52 or Rebirth, where in the comics Batman is in the Mobius chair, and
Yep.
he asks who's the Joker, and the Mobius chair says there's more than one. So meaning
Yep.
that there can be more than one Joker, where the first Joker died, but then another person took the Joker's place.
Hey, and you know what else? You know what else trips me out too? And besides even just that, you remember the storyline in the animated movies with Tim Drake
Yep.
being a now, like I said, in the animated movies, he was between preteen and teenage in years when this happened. But essentially, Batman and the Joker, it's right before Batman Beyond timeline type shit.
Yep.
Okay, where Bruce Wayne is like old and beat down, like like he is in BVS and shit. And it's right before that time, getting close to that time, and Joker's like basically ready to like retire. Batman's ready to retire. The Joker's been MIA for some years. He shows back up, and essentially he tries to he kidnaps Tim Drake, tortures him. Harley Quinn does too. It's Joker and Harley
Yep.
Quinn.
Yep.
And Harley Quinn has like a little crush on him and shit. And she's older than Tim Drake, but he's like, a teenager. She's like a young adult. Joker's old as shit. You know what I'm saying? And not old as shit, but he's older, near the end of his
Yep.
run. So is Batman. And essentially he turns and forces Tim Drake into becoming the new Joker so that he
And
can
that
go out in a blaze of glory. And it
and that
kills
even
Batman, and it causes Batman to never be able to basically like. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
And it really, like, that actually happened in the Batman Beyond movie, where
Oh,
where we saw Joker is this old dude. He's basically at the end of his rope, and he kidnaps Tim Drake to temporarily turn him into the next Joker, so that the Joker legacy can continue.
oh
So,
yeah. And see, I
so,
forgot all about that. It's been so
so,
long since I've seen that.
so
So,
yeah,
like I said, there's so many possibilities, and you got to understand too that Zach and David, they follow the source material. There's lots of different iterations. There's lots of different source material out there. It's very impossible he is, and it's also possible that he isn't. But we cannot say that it is not possible that he is. And
yeah,
on top of that, the breadcrumbs, the fact that why did they make him work out and get so buff? Jared Leto has always been a slender guy. He had to get so fucking ripped. And then the theatrical cut, because he was violent during that scene, you can't really see. They cut out most of the scenes where he had his shirt off. And he was like, during the Harley torture scene. But there's a couple of angles real quick at certain scenes that you can still see his fucking chest and arms are fucking ripped.
yeah,
And then you see him in the Harley Quinn what if flash forward shit by the witch about having a normal life with him and having kids, and he's got pitch black hair. And he
right,
looks like he could definitely be a fucking Robin because he's
Robin,
buff, He's got the short, pitch black hair, and even is combed the same way that he combs it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And it's like, then the fact you add in the fact that he says in the extended cut that she erased his mind of what few faded memories he had left of who he really was. Why incorporate that? Why film a scene like that at all if you weren't trying to be shady and trying to inform the audience something's going on with this guy's origin story?
and really like I said at the beginning of this, David Ayer said
The
that this
scars
was
on his shoulders too
that
that matched up.
and really like David Ayer said, he said that Suicide Squad was really supposed to be like a Joker origin film, 20 years, and he's supposed to be the Joker for like 20 years. Like I said, like that doesn't make sense unless the some of those origin scenes really are supposed to say something different about which Joker you're seeing. Like, are you seeing the original Joker or are you seeing the Robin Joker?
Right, exactly. Okay,
Uh,
it cannot be because Grayson exists. Oh, that's really old. Hold on, let me skip forward.
South Cali guy, one of the newest
Oh,
ones.
South Cali guy here. What's
Yeah,
up, brother?
he says,
Royal Wakefield. Oh my God, I'm geeking out. Hold on, I'm gonna get
uh,
down to it. Hold on, I fell behind. I'm sorry, guys. Like the bull horns on Steppenwolf. Hold on. Superman represents the age of Pisces. Before the age of Pisces is the age of Taurus, represented by a bull. I believe I read that correctly.
yeah,
Like the bull horns on Steppenwolf.
mm,
We head towards the age of, what's it say?
Aquarius.
I think that is that spelt wrong?
Uh, no,
Is that what it
Aquarius.
says on our shirts? Are you trying to say this? Is that what they're trying to say? Or is that a different word entirely?
Oh, Qualitas. Qualitas. Qualitas is supposed to be a Latin name word for justice, I think.
Okay. Right here, boom. Even when Batman is at his murder spree, he probably doesn't want to kill the Joker, specifically the Joker, because then he knows that the Joker has won. And you know what? John, I do agree with that. I do agree with that in some sense. But can you imagine though, what would give that character even more depth other than some senseless code, which clearly to Zach isn't the
Yeah,
only thing that he goes deep with these characters.
yeah,
What would
cause
make this man who is killing thugs, right? Because he's had it. And now he's
yeah,
not just killing bad guys, he's
cause
killing evil bad guys. Like they're like drug, like hardcore, hardened, like sex traffickers and murderers and shit. And he's but granted, he's murdering their ass. Now the
and
Joker, imagine what the Joker has done to him and how many people the Joker has killed. What would keep
and
that man from killing this motherfucker when he's doing it left and right?
and
If he
really
was
like
robbing someone that used to mean a lot to him.
and really like here's the thing, like this that at BBS he where Suicide Squad does take place, even after that he clearly it does not care for his code, so it doesn't make sense for Batman to keep him alive. Like with that context, then it doesn't make sense for Joker to be alive anymore.
Our Batman, listen, our Batman that Zack Snyder gave us in BVS, no matter how you slice it, it makes no sense that the Joker is still fucking alive. It doesn't.
Yep.
Okay? Flat out. Because you got to remember, let's go back to BVS Ultimate Edition. Okay? Now let's pretend like the movie we were supposed to get straight from BVS Ultimate Edition was the Ayer cut. Let's pretend that we actually got the Ayer cut. Let's pretend that we seen the Ayer cut. Okay? Now,
Okay.
the Ayer cut's a direct sequel to BVS Ultimate Edition, right?
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
we're still on that Batman. They don't give a that dark, serious ass Batman. He's just starting to change his ways, okay, because of Clark dying. But either
Yeah.
way you slice it, why is the Joker still alive? How is it that the Joker vanished like he had some League of Shadows ass trading? This motherfucker's a regular dude with a strap, with green hair. He flew into the water. Ah! Pff! This dude, Batman, jumped in fast as shit, glided down, cape flying behind him. As
And
soon
the
as he hits
Joker.
the water, the fucking doors open. This motherfucker's gone. He ain't around swimming. He ain't knocked out floating. He's gone. This motherfucker pulled a fucking, he pulled a Batman and shit on Batman.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who else
So
could do that but Robin, who Batman trained to be
right.
like him? And even if the Joker ain't even doesn't even remember, I think that his version wouldn't even remember because thanks to Harley Quinn that he was and used to be that person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe eventually he would start getting flashbacks and remembering shit that he
Yeah.
wouldn't, and be like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that they would erase that he is the Joker and that he will always be the Joker now. I think that would be interesting for their story on the big screen to keep it that complicated between the two of them.
Yep.
That they'll always be at each other, but at the end of the day, Batman cannot plug this motherfucker because of that fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then maybe in the story, it even shows how a young Batman and an even younger Robin, how Batman, when he was unexperienced, got Robin in over his head at times.
Yeah.
Before he was this mature, I've got all the answers, hardened Batman whoops ass and takes names, you know what I'm saying? That he was young and unexperienced himself and had a protege, you know what I'm saying? And he got him in over his head, and the guilt eats him alive from the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That would be, I could see that. And then how complex would it be in the future, them being forced to have to team up again, though?
Like I
Him
said, that
being the
might,
Joker, because of
like
the
I
fact
said,
that if they don't,
like I
Dark Side
said,
is there, and they're all gonna die if they don't.
yep. Like imagine, like really, like this is what Zach kind of does. He brings all of his action figures together, and he's like a kid playing, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna make a Joker and Batman team up. I'm going, I'm going to make, I'm gonna make Jimmy Olsen a CIA agent, and it's like he's, it's like Zach is like this little kid being imaginative with making his own comic in movie form.
Save
Like
your heroes will never come again.
that's what's really
It
cool
has
about
to.
that's what's really cool about the Snyderverse. It's being very respectful to the comics while at the same time being like this
Still,
kid.
yeah, still loose enough to where the directors can kind of do their own version, unique version, and their own grounded take on these characters without, stepping on anybody's toes and still making it their version. But yeah, but at the same, like Zach walks the perfect line to me, and I know a lot of people, and David, he took note from Zach. He looks
Yeah,
up to him. He tried to, and here's another thing. I really hope that all the Snyder Cut supporters that are out there, I hope that you guys, I'm not going to say give David as much respect as Zach, but I hope that you give him goddamn near the respect because What other director in the DCU respected Zack to the level that David did, to the point where David tried to match and make a direct sequel? He could have did anything with Suicide Squad. He could have made it hunky fucking dory if he wanted to. He could have made it. He could have made it like fucking, like Ant-Man if he wanted to. He could have made it
Right.
stupid. He could have made it. He could have, he could have did anything.
Because it made
He
it like
chose to make his movie match and that dark, serious tone and follow it straight from Zack's. He chose to try and honor what Zack created and try to continue it. He chose to try to do all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And he tried to help build this universe. None of the other assholes, even James Wan, he and bless his soul, he's a good friend of Zack and Jason Momoa's. He had Zack Snyder's blessing, but at the same time, James Wan was all about me, 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 me. He took Aquaman and he did his own thing with it. He didn't honor any fucking thing that Zack had for the character. Zack told him that was fine early on. He told him, I want you to do what you want to do with this character. But I don't think that Zack knew he was going to make that many fucking changes to Aquaman. But it's not like he's going to go behind his back after he already gave the man his blessing and say, you did too much, man. What the hell? That's not, Zack Snyder would never do nothing like that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, who honored Zack Snyder the way that David Ayer did? Nobody did. And because of David Ayer honoring Zack's tone, honoring the world building that Zack was doing, David got fucked almost as hard as Zack did. Why is it that only David got fucked other than Zack Snyder? You know why? Because David was helping Zack Snyder. Because David had Zack Snyder's back. David was helping build that universe too, and they wanted to burn that bitch to the ground. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like David don't get enough support when these haters come out and they attack David Ayer the way that I seen Zack Snyder used to get attacked years ago before we all stepped in and was like, nope. You know what I'm saying? I'll argue with a motherfucker at work and risk dropping a car on my head before I let somebody talk one more motherfucking bad word to Zack Snyder over social media that I can see. And that's great and that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as if that with David Ayer, I feel like he's getting there, but he don't quite have that same people there on the front line trying to support and defend him. And we've got these Twitter fucking Puritans and SJWs that are attacking him over fucking Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad came out almost 5 years ago. And these assholes are like, oh, you sexualized Harley Quinn. You're a misogynist.
Bro.
Thank God. You're such a bad director. Every scene was her ass. You're terrible. And it's like, do you not understand that Harley Quinn was a sexualized fucking badass character since she was created?
Right.
And nobody defends him, though.
And even in like Darkseid and the new Justice League animated movie, she was sexualizing that too with the booty shorts, and it's like, bro,
she literally raped Robin.
Right.
I mean, I wish I could have been him. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But my point is, though, is that, like, literally, bro, like, what the fuck I don't understand the shit that goes through people's brains when they say this dumb shit. Like, David Ayer, at the end of the day, he's just a human being. So is Zack Snyder. None of us are perfect. We all are going to make mistakes. But the thing is, it's like, how, after 5 years, almost 5 years, how could these assholes still be like, every time David posts anything, even when it's unrelated to DC shit, hey, David, I just want to let you know that you're an asshole misogynist, and every shot in Suicide Squad, you were zooming in on her ass, and you made her look sexy. Birds of Prey fixed that, but you need to learn something.
Wasn't
apologizing to these
I didn't
motherfuckers.
I didn't see Birds of Prey, but I'm pretty sure there's a shot in the trailer of Harley Quinn pole dancing. Like,
No, oh, there was in the trailer, but guess what? In the movie, they edited it. It's not in it.
oh wow.
Yep. Look at there's a the Warner Brothers will never learn, my brother. They reshot half of Birds of Prey, but I don't give a because no one wants to see the original cut. We don't even want to see the cut that exists now. It was an okay movie. It wasn't terrible, and I'm not hating on Margot Robbie. I think that she does do a good job as Harley Quinn. I loved her in Suicide Squad. I did not care for what the studio tried to do is they tried to they tried to un uh, they tried to remove the political messaging and the subliminal messages from the plot of Birds of Prey because they knew it was going to make the movie controversial, and they brought in the director from John Wick, and they tried to say that he was coming in to spruce up the action scenes because that's what he was known for with John Wick 1, 2, 3. But in reality, if you watch the movie, the action scenes were mediocre as hell.
Yeah, like I even saw
No
like
way that's what he was brought in for. And when you watch the editing of Birds of Prey, then you watch the trailer, and I don't really care what they removed from it because I'm not interested in that movie anyway. But you can clearly see that they removed a good amount of shit because a lot of shit in the trailer for Birds of Prey was not in the movie.
and really like someone
It's
like speaking about the action scenes for a minute. Like I saw this like very clickbait article of someone saying of this writer saying that talking about this one action scene. I forgot which one it was, but he was talking about this one action scene was quote the best action scene of all of the DCEU. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, so, and I don't usually look up writers when it comes to it, but for some reason, I just felt like I needed to,
right.
I look up the writer and I find out that this dude, all of his stuff is talking about Marvel.
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, and if you look at dude, and I get into arguments on Twitter all the time, and I be looking around like, is anybody gonna have my back? Fuck it. I don't care. You know what? And I just, and I gotta get mean sometimes, and I don't like to, but if you, goddamn it, there's two ways you can piss me off. You get on David Ayer or Zack Snyder's social media account, talk shit to them, and get them to respond and make it seem as if you've hurt their feelings. I'm gonna freak out. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna snap on your ass. 5 years later to 3 years later, no, not happening, my guy. You want to talk that kind of cash shit, bro? Come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Send that negative energy my way. I don't give a fuck how big of a following you got or any of that shit. You got to get the gun down straight up. And it just like I said, Zach's finally to the point where he can take a few punches, and on top of that, he's got an army, a monstrous army behind him now. David, not so much. He's getting there, but not so much. And I wish people would stand up a little more for his version of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad because she was not that bad. And on top of that, we didn't even see the Ayer cut yet. So her true version, we haven't seen because he's already straight up said that the studio reshot even Harley Quinn. They kept Harley Quinn the closest to how she was supposed to be out of all the characters that they reshot. But even Harley Quinn, they reshot a good 45% of her entire performance to change her character arc. He said, the version you got in theaters was a very simplified version of Harley Quinn. The movie was in many ways was about Harley Quinn and her character arc and her finally breaking away from the Joker. He said, if you change the destination, or if you change, he said the movie is like a compass. If you change the destination, did the story even happen? Or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
So, but also, hold on real quick. Let me jump to this. John Sorvellis said this. Aquaman is a sequel to the Snyder Cut, not Justice League. John,
Yes.
are
Yes.
correct.
James
Are
Wan.
correct
James.
about that. Like I said, James Wan and our boy Aquaman. He they love and respect Zach. They already said that they said many times that they were going to keep, they were going to keep it to where it is canon, but at the same time, James Wan is going to be able to do his own thing with the movie. And
Yep.
when I said that, what I meant was he changed things like them talking underwater, the way they were going to talk underwater. He made Aquaman's character, Jason Momoa's character, more marvelized with the I'm going to pee on shit jokes and bright colors and he just kind of marveled. I'm not gonna lie, he kind of just kind of like, he did what he wanted with the movie, and it made $1 billion, and it was a badass movie. It
Yes,
was.
it was.
I really liked
Yes,
it.
it was.
I'm just saying that he changed enough to where I'm like, I have mixed feelings about that, but I'm not knocking how successful and how great the movie was. I loved it. And
Yep.
I'm also not knocking that the way that the movie starts, that when we get the Snyder Cut, it will be direct canon to it still, but you will still definitely be able to tell a huge shift and change in Aquaman. Aquaman was a badass alcoholic motherfucker that didn't trust people in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
The version that we got in Aquaman, granted, it's after the Snyder Cut, so he's like coming around, he's changing, he's lightening up a little bit, more than what he was, and but still,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. It kind
he
of did have.
changed enough, okay, but he kept it
Yeah.
canon, and like I said, he had Zach's blessing, so I have no issues there. I'm just saying that, it is. I'm
It
just
just
saying what I'm
makes
saying.
you. Yeah, like some things are just mixed feelings. That's all.
Yeah. It says John Cervellis. Apocalypse War has Harley's butt front and center with a tiny shorts. Ah, talking about that earlier. Where are the Twitter Puritans right now?
Right.
You never see it with an why? Because they don't watch this shit. They don't care about this shit. Some of the Marvel fanboys don't care about it, and it's like everybody wants to talk shit. Nobody wants to do their homework though.
Right.
You can run your fucking mouth all you want, but it's like at the end of the day, you're not gonna talk to your teacher at school and try to school him on math when he's the fucking math teacher and you've been skipping for the whole semester. you know, it's
Now,
like
now for that, I actually do like for me, like I would kind of go at my government teacher to talk about politics, and I'm like, learn about this,
oh,
learn
you
about
was
that, like
no
we
way.
had, like yeah,
Jeffrey, you was rebellious.
like we were like me and my government teacher, like we had a blast, we had a blast talking about our political views and stuff. So yeah, that was just like a little bit fun with me and my government teacher.
Aquarius, Aquaman, LOL.
uh,
What's it
John.
say? Precision of the equinox. I think instead of saying equinox, it's supposed to say Aquarius or Aquaman. I'm not sure. Maybe it's supposed to say that. Is literally on Jeff and T Flame's shirt. They said, Aquarius, Aquaman, LOL. Uh, Age of Aquarius by Fifth Dimension.
John.
Here we go. Yup, this one. John said, thank you, John. He said, I have even expressed this on Twitter. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being sexy. And besides that, it's literally a part of Harley Quinn's character. Ayer did a good job with her. Thank you, John. Brandon
Yes,
Pittman, I see you. What's
thank
up, y'all?
you.
But anyway, back to that. Thank you, John, because a lot of people, and even I don't know if you guys have seen uh the Yellow Flash 2 on YouTube. Ever watch any of his videos?
Oh
Um,
yeah, I see
he
some of
is
his
a
videos.
he's got a large following. He always puts shit like that on blast and stands up and makes people that do pull that bullshit look like absolute fools. And I love watching his fucking content. Shout out to him. But
Yep.
anyway, yeah, he actually just did an episode today or yesterday, late yesterday, about David Ayer getting attacked, but about Harley Quinn again, almost 5 years later, and saying that basically they're accusing him like all these assholes, this small portion of Twitter that's woke. Oh, you made Harley Quinn all sexual. Like, and
Like
Harley Quinn
it's
is a
comic
sexual fucking
accurate,
character.
and
She was like that since she was created. You don't like
and
it? Then
really
don't
like
fucking watch it. But
and
for you to attack this man personally, not like, personally on his personal social media, and then make him feel so bad that he gives you an apology and says, you know, I'm sorry. I rendered her comic accurate. I understand that these interpretations aren't for everyone. And for you to just keep going and attack this man on such a personal level. And Yellow Flash 2 was like, he was like, David, you shouldn't even apologize in the first place.
yeah.
With this little group of fucking weirdos, nope. He said all they do is ruin movies and entertainment for everybody because everybody thinks that they are such a loud portion of society, but in reality they are very vocal, toxic minority, and that only weirdos listen to them and take them serious because the rest of the world don't give a about what they're talking about. They know they're batshit crazy.
And think about this, like, where were they with the Catwoman? Like, they could go let's go all day about Catwoman. Literally uses like every iteration of her has her using her sexuality as a
Yeah.
advantage for combat.
Can you imagine a Catwoman that? Can you imagine if Catwoman was not allowed to be sexual in any way?
Bro,
Think about this.
that would be
Think about
bad.
this. She wouldn't be able to walk the same. She wouldn't be able to cartwheel the same. She wouldn't be able to scratch the same. She wouldn't be able to talk the same. She wouldn't be able to use the whip at all. Like literally, they might as well just hit delete on the entire character.
Right.
That's fucking nuts. So if someone makes a Catwoman character, right? Like say right now, they came out with the DCEU made their own version of Catwoman. Are you gonna talk shit to the fucking actor that played the character, then attack the director that directed the movie on their personal social media? No, you're not gonna do that.
Because in a way, if you're attacking the actress for being sexy or beautiful, that isn't that what they call body shaming?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So the way that people are attacking people like David Ayer for following the comics and not even doing their research. It's just like for like even though like let's say that you're right, it's still a double-edged sword because it's still comic accurate and it's always been part of the character to be sexy.
Right,
Like
exactly.
it-
And look at there's nothing wrong. Look at and I just want people to stop with this dumb shit. Like, yes, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a man. I find women attractive.
yes.
Flat out.
Yeah.
And guess what? Women, they find men attractive.
Yep.
Okay, but the difference is you don't see men going around fucking crying about. I mean, some men. I'm not even gonna say men, but for the most part, you don't see people going around crying about men being buff and not wearing a shirt in a movie. Jason Momoa and Aquaman made $1 billion. You know why? Because a lot of bitches showed up, dog. A lot of bitches showed up to see that motherfucker like
and
flip
and
his hair and have that that motherfucker was stacked in Aquaman.
and
Well,
and
he's like,
and even before DC, like you like I don't know if you said this, but someone said that before Aquaman, before Jason was in the DCEU, he most of his fans were girls. Now,
yeah,
I wonder why that is.
right. Now, do you see? Now, imagine if men jumped on women's ass. Oh, I don't even know what the word would be to call something like that. Is that even a word? Is there even a word for it, bro? Is there even a word for it?
No,
I
bro.
don't even care. But can you imagine what we would look like, what we would be labeled as if a big ass group of men jumped on women for checking us out and was like offended? Don't look at me right now. What's wrong with you? Like what? Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay. But my point is, and I'm not attacking women at all, because I'm not talking about women. I'm not talking
No,
about men.
we're not.
I'm
We're
talking
not.
about we're men and women. For most of us, we're normal people. But then there's these psychos on a small portion of woke Twitter, as like I like to call it, a small portion of a toxic minority that Hollywood fucking takes serious as shit, and they're and they infiltrate movies, and it's like, well, this movie had men in it. Ghostbusters is gonna be all women now. We're gonna tackle misogyny. And it's not even just that movie. I'm just saying in general. Birds of Prey. Ghostbusters 2016. The new 007. The
Like,
new Charlie's Angels. Like, stop
imagine,
with the bullshit. Like, just like who are you making movies for? Like, do you want to make money? Because Warner Brothers specifically, I'm gonna skip back to my point. You can either, here's the deal, all right? You can eat Warner Brothers, I'm talking to them. You can either put up with the shit talking that Marvel fucking, and not all Marvel fanboys. I'm partially a Marvel fanboy myself, but a toxic portion of them, a small. You can either put up with a small portion of them and toxic woke motherfuckers and critics talking shit about your product, and let the rest of the world love your product, buy your product, and make a shit ton of money and be okay with that, and take mixed reviews because they want to be biased, hateful pricks. But what does the reviews matter if you're pulling in 3 to 5 times your budget?
and really, the WB again, like I really want you to take a lesson from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Like, there was a small minority of people wanting the Reylo ship to go down,
Right?
and guess what happened? The Reylo ship happened, and it failed, and and Disney paid for it, and now and now Disney and now Lucasfilm is at a civil war with Jon Favreau, disagreeing with Kathleen Kennedy because Jon Favreau is sick of the political agenda that she's doing, and that with her disrespecting what George Lucas set up with Star Wars. So think
Yeah.
about that. Like,
Right, exactly.
so WB, like, take a lesson from Lucasfilm right now, and don't listen to the minority.
And see, and here's the problem, Jeffrey. And you just said a very interesting, very great, made a great point, said some interesting words, and to follow that up, it's like I just I'll never understand how it is that BVS and Suicide Squad are rated that fucking low on Rotten Tomatoes? I have a very strong opinion of why and how.
Right.
But either way, my point is, I can't even think of a movie I've seen because I don't like every movie on the planet. I'm kind of picky. I'm picky to an extent with my entertainment. But out of the things that I know of, that I watch, that I'm interested in, I can't think of a single movie rated lower than BVS or Suicide Squad. But I also can't think of a movie that made as much money as them two movies that is also rated that low and talked so much shit about. If it was so
Right.
bad, why did so many motherfuckers go see it?
Right.
Why? Why?
Right. And here's the thing, like the thing that really messed me up was I saw this ad recently about BVS and their BVS and the BVS account where they said thank you for making BVS the number one movie worldwide. And I'm like, dude, how can a movie be hated yet be number one worldwide? Like, think about that.
Yeah,
Like
it don't make no sense.
it's just dumb.
Yeah, it don't make no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, and it's just at the end of the day, here's how I view shit. Maybe it's just me. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want, but here's my opinion on that, okay? If you're a business, right? If you're a company, okay? And
Oh,
you give any fucks about money. Money is what makes your company. Think about this: if whether you're a business owner, whether you're, no matter what you are, okay, money is what makes the world go around. Money is what makes your business stay open. People can talk shit if they want, but if them assholes keep coming back and buying 20 tires or 20 cars or 20 new computers or whatever your product may be, then the doors are open, bro, flat out. You know what
yep.
I'm saying? And if people money numbers don't lie. People do though. People lie for agendas. People lie because they get paid off. People lie for and critics can be bought. Rotten Tomatoes can be altered. But at the end of the day, are you gonna do you want to make your money? If someone says, don't make that movie, it's fucking stupid, it's gonna fail, it's gonna be and then they shit all over it, they talk shit about it, they give it bad word of mouth, but guess what, it comes out and you make almost
Like,
$800 million, and your budget was only not even half of that. You just made almost $400 million off this fucking movie. Then the next one comes out and the same thing. Are you gonna literally take all this money you're making and say, "Oh, to hell with it," because some motherfuckers don't like it when you're making that kind of money? Obviously, a lot of people have no problem with that product, or they would
yep,
not keep coming. They would not. Numbers don't lie. What trips me out is that the money and the numbers were there.
yep,
BBS made over 800 million, okay? And this
yep.
is the first DCEU movie ever. How many movies did it take Marvel before they were doing $1 billion?
I think how many movies was it? Like there was like Thor one, I mean Iron Man one. I think it was like three or four until like it was whatever the number was where Avengers came in. That was when they made it. That was when they first hit a billion.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah,
first movie that they hit a billion. That was Avengers.
right,
But
exactly. And my point is though, is that how can people talk shit about BVS not making $1 billion when you motherfuckers talk so much shit. And granted, even after all the shit you guys talked, the movie still almost made $1 billion. The
Yep.
first DCEU movie ever. Imagine how it would have definitely hit $1 billion had people shut the fuck up about it. Had the studio
No,
not got involved and had
no,
people not fucking shilled for Marvel
it
to
would
the
have
point.
made it would have made $1 billion if the studio released that Ultimate Edition first.
Yep. And
That
granted, it would have
was
still been controversial, but it would have definitely have made $1 billion. I know 4 people in my family personally that did not go see the movie in theaters just because of the bad word of mouth when it first dropped in theaters. Imagine around the globe now, situations, circumstances similar to that. Now, granted, I talked to motherfuckers in my family into going to see it and told them, nah, don't listen to that bullshit. But, you know, it's something to think about. And if, again, everybody that's tuned in right now, thank you for joining us. I appreciate
Yep,
you guys. We're having some great talk. We're having some great conversation. Me and Jeffery Warfield, and anybody that jumps on, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Let's try and get. I'm gonna try and get back to a couple of these comments. Let's see.
John Chavez is he
Hold on real quick, John. Chill out, bro. Exactly, but he brings up a good point. Do you remember anybody complaining when we saw that Batfleck ass in the
No.
R-rated cut of Batman, Batman vs Superman Ultimate cut when Ben Affleck was all ripped in his shape in the shower, and then he was. I'm dead, bro. I'm legit dead, bro, right now off that comment. But that's my point. That's my point. It's okay when it's a guy, you know. Soon as it's a woman, it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? You know, God forbid there's actually women out there that don't mind being beautiful, that don't mind being portrayed as being beautiful, and don't mind portraying a comic accurate version of their character. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'll never understand these weird motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I don't understand them either.
Star Wars, light side versus dark side. I like old gods versus new gods, dark side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, did you know that there was supposed to be a Teen Times movie down the road also in the Zack Snyder regime of movies? Like they were actually gonna make a Teen Times movie.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Since my comment is still on the screen, my profile picture is my face with face paint on, with light side / dark side. I know I have the potential to be good or bad. And then Roy Oakfield said, "We all do." The other images are badges to movements I have worked with over the years. Okay, nice, nice.
That's nice.
Oh my God! I just got a notification. It says Hollywood burning down. Yellow Flash 2 live now. Speaking of that dude, hey, I fuck with that guy, man. He keeps it real, man. On this shit. It was just funny that I got a notification about that. Sorry, because I'm subscribed to him. Brandon Pittman, LOL. Royal Wakefield. I've seen comments. What's it say?
Salivate
over Ben Affleck's Batfleck ass from both men and women. LOL. But you know what? And look at, man, and I'm a guy, and I don't even rock like that. But there's nothing wrong with that, you know. If it, if that's good for women or certain people or certain men or whatever, then fine, then great, I just don't understand. Like, we're all human beings. At the end of the day, it's just like, why is that an issue to anybody? Like, Um, when you're doing an interpretation of a character, it'd be different if you got like a character that's like really mellow, like Stargirl, and then just like put her like, made her like super like thirsty for no reason. And she's like
Yeah,
a real young character that's like supposed to be like real toned down and still like learning and like tripping over her own feet. And you made her into this like, oh, like crazy sexual deviant fucking type of character out of nowhere. I can understand a little bit of criticism,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, that's still up to you and it's still up to the character and the actor that wants to play her if they want to go down that route. But if there was
Hmm.
a circumstance like that specifically, I can understand at least a couple of words from a certain vocal group. But with a character that is literally been created, okay, if they're so concerned, why are you only going after Zack Snyder and David Ayer? Mainly David Ayer. Why aren't you going after the? Why, how come when the character was created in the '90s, nobody went after the creator? No one went after the animated series. We got all these animated movies. No one's ever went after her on that. The newest animated movies, it's still going on. She's a sexy ass bitch. Sorry, I don't mean to
And
call her that. She's a
and
sexy woman, and nobody
and
says shit. But as soon as it's a real person playing her, who is happy to play her, who's happy to get that paycheck, who's happy to be portrayed as some kind of badass, all of a sudden, people that ain't even her want to put their 2 cents in to the point where they
I'm
want to attack these
actually
people on their personal social media feed. And that's
and
okay.
I'm actually glad that Poison Ivy hasn't been debuted in the DCU because even if because I know that the woke crowd definitely would have went for her specifically, even though in the comics, like nature is her thing, and it would make sense for her not to wear clothes but have these vines to cover her up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nature is her thing, so it kind of makes sense for her not to have clothes but have it vines to like cover her up.
Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's see. Did you talk about Comic Con 2020? Yes, we did at
Yeah,
the very beginning of the stream. But John,
yeah.
we will talk about this again if you missed it. Just let me know down in the comment section below. And me and Jeffrey will be happy to reiterate what we've already went over. No problem, bud. Okay, Brandon Pittman. If y'all had to pick who you would want to play Catwoman in the DCEU, or if Zack Snyder had something to do with,
Uh,
here's my thing. Me personally, um, I have one or two females that I would love to play Catwoman, but I'm not even gonna divulge that because of the fact that I am such a hater towards the people that are the what I like to call woke, the small portion of woke Twitter or Twitter Puritans slash SJWs that are constantly attacking men and specifically male directors over female characters that have no problems portraying these characters at all. They're just getting weirdos. I'm gonna keep I would who I would pick for Catwoman because of the fact that she is such a and always has been, and I love her, such a sexual character. I'm not even going to dive into that because I talk too much shit to to put myself in the crosshairs of divulging that. So I'm going to keep it, 100. But at the same time, if you're asking, should Zack Snyder have something to do with it? I would say right now in this day and age, at this exact time frame, with the way that David Ayer 5 years later is still getting attacked over Margot Robbie, who has no fucking problem, by the way. And also, as Hardboiled Entertainment, Eric said in this comment down below that she even helped create Harley Quinn's outfit in Suicide Squad. So and you got to also, people got to remember, you're talking shit about Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn, who is a sexualized character. Always has been. Nobody gave a when she was in Wolf of Wall Street. She straight showed her vagina, her vajayjay. She was completely ass naked, getting railed in that movie, and showed her actual vajayjay. No one cared then. That movie has really good ratings.
Don't get me started on the
Fucking BBS and Suicide Squad. But oh my god, she's playing Harley Quinn. You guys are terrible directors. You should be ashamed.
and don't get me started on the on season one of Game of Thrones. Like they were like there were a whole bunch of women butt naked, like, and they're like and they're just okay with it.
I'll be right
You
back.
know,
Go ahead and read a couple comments.
okay. Uh, okay. Uh, and John Salves. I remember some rumors that they were waiting for Comic-Con to announce Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I'm not sure. Like, yeah, like we'll get right back to that, but yeah, at the beginning we said that we think it still might be on, so we think it might be back on. Hardboiled says, and at least we forget Margot Robbie helped create the Harley Quinn wardrobe for Suicide Squad. Yes, that is true. Yeah. Um, Hardboiled again. I'd pick Eva Green or Gal to who played Vanessa in the Deadpool movies. Yeah, I as Catwoman. Yeah, I see it. Heck, how Hardboiled again? How about Ana de Armas as Batplex Selena Kyle? I'd call that appropriate. Oh yeah, that would actually be very appropriate. Royal Wakefield was thinking that South Cali guy, hey, hard boiled. South Cali guy, Prey and the Flexing, Royal Wakefield. I can't cast Catwoman. I don't know her that well. Okay, Boil again. Howdy, South just came back from casual Batman's quick live stream. Okay. And Brandon, okay, all the actors who played Batman, who's on your Batman Mount Rushmore? I would, for me, I don't really have a Mount Rushmore really, but I would definitely put Kevin Conroy, Ben Affleck on there, of course, and Christopher Nolan, and wow, there's one more. He was in the first few Batman movies.
Hey, Jeffrey. All right, now that I'm back, I want to answer dude's question about Comic Con 2020. You want to go ahead and go over what we talked about earlier on in the stream so we can inform him because I think he joined right after we had that conversation.
Yeah, and so really, I think that really how I think the live stream is going to end with Zach Zach basically thanking the fans and telling us that he's back in the DCEU and he thanks the fans for the support for over 2 years, and then he's gonna say with all the the sentimental stuff out of the way, let's show that let's show what you've all been waiting for over 2 years, and the Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer. And really, I think that's how the live stream is going to end. And plus, Jeff Purdy that did say that Zach was going to be in San Diego Comic Con this year. So yeah, I can really see him being in San Diego Comic Con in the Comic Con at home. I think they're calling it. Yeah, the Comic Con at home live stream that they're doing this year.
Hardboiled Entertainment. Hey, T Flame. How about the Catwoman casting? Jeffrey Red. Eva Green, the lady who played Vanessa in the Deadpool movies. Maybe Anna de Armas. Yeah, why not? What do you think? What do
Yeah,
you think, Jeffrey?
yeah, I can definitely see it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind that. That would actually be, she's she's light skinned. She's kind of funny, but she's badass at the same time. Can pull off that action.
and
Um,
they're actually together, so they would have that chemistry together.
yeah, yep. That would be a good choice. That would definitely be a good choice. Um, I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? That would be pretty cool. Um, yeah, that's pretty. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I don't know, man. It's just there's a couple of people, like I said. There's just it's just too much. I don't even want to go into it because I don't want to be labeled as that guy. Like I'm a misogynist. I'll be doing the Yellow Flash too. He does that voice that cracks me up. Anytime somebody gets on that bullshit, he gives them like that voice and shit. He'd be like, "Birds of prey has did away with the male gaze." The misogynist. He does that. He does that voice. I love when he does that voice and shit. I don't know what that voice, why he does that shit, but it's funny.
Yeah,
Um, I
but
watch him.
yeah, but really, I would say, you know what, go ahead with your casting to because as Tom McDonald said, really everyone is sensitive now. Forget their opinions. What is your opinion?
Yeah, that's
So
true. Everybody is so fucking sensitive now.
yeah,
Everybody is. You can't say or do anything anymore without it being overanalyzed and people being super critical of it. It's just ridiculous.
yeah, because really, like me as a 20-year-old, like this is like coming from me, and I'm seeing all of this stuff, and I'm like, dude, why are you guys who are like a decade older than me acting like children?
Yeah. Yeah, basically. There you go, Jeffrey. You want to read this one? Answer this.
uh, my current Batman Mount Rushmore is Kevin Conroy, Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, and Val Kilmer. I'm not sure I heard of Val Kilmer before.
Oh, oh yeah, Val Kilmer. Yeah, he's a man. Hold on. Well, Michael
More
Keaton
Michael
more. Yeah.
Michael
Michael
Keaton, yeah,
Keaton.
Michael
There we go. Michael
Keaton,
Keaton the
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's the man.
Hell yeah. Um yeah, it's just man, it just there's just so much, man. There's just never enough in one live stream. Tomorrow, man. I don't know what time are we starting the Mother Box Day event. Do you know what time
Two
the
fo-
event
two
starts?
2:14 your whatever your local time is.
Okay, so what? Yep, whatever your local time is on 214 tomorrow on Mother's Day slash Mother Box Day. That's when we're starting the event. And so what all are we got planned for tomorrow exactly? Because I'm a little, like I said, I've been just working, and I just I don't know. All right, hard boiled. He said, "Adios, amigos. Later, my man.
Adios.
Thanks for joining, brother."
But yeah, like for me, like I really don't have anything planned for Mother's Day.
I meant like what are we doing for the Snyder Cut event for tomorrow on Mother's Box Day for our
Um,
what do they got planned? Our RT Snyder Cut or whatever.
really, we're just gonna be tweeting. Uh, yeah, we're going
We're doing a
from what
release the Snyder Cut
from,
tweet, and we're
uh,
tagging Warner
from
Brothers.
from what your boy Will Rollins said. He said that what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be tweeting hashtag Motherbox Day and hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League, and what we're going to have is either photos of our moms or the DCEU moms in there in the tweets. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that sounds like that will be fun. I mean, I'm definitely down to do it. I mean, I can't. I just I know that it seems as if a countdown has begun with Zach.
Yeah.
You brought this up. And real quick, I gotta go grab my drink out of the fridge. But can you recap the couple of images and hints that Zach has dropped towards something coming on Mother's Day? Something cryptic. We don't know if it'll be big or small, but something Zach is definitely going to be bringing some fire, some T flame fire, some heat. Bringing that flame tomorrow. We don't know if it's going to be like an announcement. It probably won't, but
Yeah.
there's always hope. You never know. We don't know what it could be. In my opinion, I think it could be a hint at San Diego Comic-Con 2020.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
real quick, you want to talk to our friends in the chat and recap on what is dropped. Because I remember you analyzing this stuff. Um, and what he had the one picture with the weights, and we're like, okay, well that could be this, it could be that, or it could just be nothing. It could just be working out and playing. But then he dropped somebody. I got a new clock, and then on the wall it's hanging up, and there's like the wine glasses. You remember?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
And
I'll be right back.
so
Go ahead.
yeah, like 2 days ago, Zach posted a picture of him with him with a like wine clock, and the caption had said a new way to tell time. And there was really like and there was and what it and what the wine glasses were is that it showed two types of dishes on each side, which would make four. And at the time of the post, it was like there 4 days. It was like 4 days away from Mother's Day. So really, so really like with so really like with the weights, it goes on to say really that in the mother in the weights it was like 5 on top and 10 on the bottom, and what that told was really with was really the date, which is 5/10, which 5/10, like May 10th, is Mother's Day. So yeah, like there's definitely going to be a countdown to Mother's Day, and it might be a countdown to San Diego Comic Con or Comic Con at home. I need to start getting used to saying that, Comic Con at home. Okay.
Right, really. And another thing is too is like I said is like we were talking about, initially Comic Con was just going to flat out be canceled, um, because of the virus. Last year during the big Comic Con that Warner Brothers usually attends, they skipped out all the way because of all the shade with the Snyder Cut. The old regime was just phasing out. They skipped flat out because they didn't want the smoke. The old
Yeah,
regime is gone now. And Zach is working on current projects. Even if he's executive producer on Wonder Woman 84, he is still working for them on some shit. So he's got a current working relationship with the studio, and it's all new people in there. And like we've said in many of our older streams, he has got people rising up to the chessboard all around him in different areas,
yep.
and really, all the right people are moving up to the right places, and he's got such a huge and infinite amount of support. It is impossible to me, at the very, not only to for me, to me, if we only get the Snyder cut, I'm not joking, I will be I'll be damn surprised. If we
Yeah.
only get the Snyder cut, I will be so surprised it'll be out of this world, because I'm telling you, he is gonna get his way. The DCEU, they're still gonna have standalone movies. They're still gonna do certain projects that they want to do that are gonna be outside of that. Some of them are gonna be loosely connected, loosely adapted, based on what Jim Lee has said. But at the same time, the meat and potatoes is going to be Zach. Zach is
And
going to come back, even if it's for a short time, and that is okay with me.
if we get the haircut and the Snyder cut at the same time, I'm gonna be honest, I might break my phone holding it. like
Dude,
like
I will straight Arnold Schwarzenegger my phone. No! I swear I will, man. Oh, man.
uh, John
Uh,
says John says WB is full of Zach's friends right now. Gunn, J.J. Abrams, and so on. Yep.
yep. Royal Wakefield. Oh, Zach posted that? I missed that. He's talking about what you were talking about a minute ago,
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
He did post that.
Project Comic Con 2019, baby.
Yep.
Finally, because I'm telling you, they cannot skip. I don't care, virus or not. They already skipped out on the last one, bro. They skip.
Yeah.
They see the numbers in their movies in the DC
Yeah.
universe
Yeah.
declining. They cannot afford to not participate in some manner in 2020. They skip
Yeah.
out. That'll be 2 years in a row. They're not
Yeah.
doing it. It's not happening, bro. They're gonna participate. The question is, will Zack Snyder be there? And there was a post, and Jeffrey, where was this post? Because I seen it, but I could not. It got taken down. I couldn't find out where it originated from, but it was a post of Zach with the people from the Army of the Dead in the background, and he said something about when Comic Con 2020 first got announced that it was going to be canceled because of the virus, that he would see us next year because of it.
Oh,
That's a legit post, but I cannot find it anywhere anymore. Where was that initially posted? Because I know that's legit.
that was initially posted by Jeff Purdy, who is a Snyder Cut OG.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Purdy is definitely a Snyder Cut OG, and I'm cool with him. He is a cool dude. I've been stalking his shit. I don't mean to say it like that, but I've been around since he was a face in the movement, and I was a motherfucker without a face, just a profile, going by DCU Gladiator T Flame. That's it. No profile picture, no YouTube channel, no Vero. Just a dude that's a fan who was upset about what happened, trying to do the right thing, and trying to defend this man against all the hate. And that's how I met all these cats. Way back before there was even an organized movement. Before San Diego Comic Con 2018. And I just want to say, like, or was it 2019?
2019.
Yeah, it was 2019. Sorry, I said 2018. Excuse me for that. Yeah. And it just it's just if Jeff Purdy posts some shit, it's legit. Because Jeff will go ahead.
If you really think about it, like 2019 was really the year where the Snyder Cut movement was on fire. Like, it's crazy to think how much we did in the year of 2019.
Oh man, we've done so much, man. We have done so much in such a short time. It is phenomenal. It is amazing, to say the least. And I'm so proud of everybody that was involved, no matter how small or large of a role that you played, whether you donated it or not to AFSP, even if you just shared the posts, even if you couldn't afford to buy the merchandise, even if you couldn't be there at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, even if you couldn't, it doesn't matter. Whatever role you played, no matter how big or small, I appreciate it. The movement appreciates it. Zack Snyder appreciates it, and thank you to all of you.
Yep.
And let's go on to this next comment. John again. WB is full of Zack's friends right now. Gone, J.J. Abrams, and so on. LOL. Hell, John, I would argue that them are the least of his friends that are up on the totem pole right now. Them are like the sometimes friend, like you hang out at the lunch table once a week and shit. Real quick here and there. That guy, what's up? Them kind of friends. And I'm not saying throwing no shade at them, because I am thankful for anybody that loves and supports this man. I honestly don't know what kind of relationship that he has on a personal level with them. But I'm saying that compared to the people that are moving up in the high positions all around him, them are the lowest cats on the totem pole. But either way, you bring up a very great and very valid point. And exactly. Oh, and then, there you go. And Jim Lee. Yep.
That's the biggest one. That's the biggest one.
And then there you go. And Jim Lee, yes. Yep. Agreed. Release the Snyder Cut and release the Ayer Cut. It's inevitable. And Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 will happen.
Yes, it will. There's going to be fallout, man. There's definitely going to be fallout.
Hey, T-Flame, it would be awesome to have the Viking on. Movies that matter. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I got him on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, I tag him all the time and shit. And here and there, he responds, he talks to me, I follow him, he follows me. Yeah, on Movies That Matter. That's how I say it, Maher. I don't know if it could be pronounced different. I'm just saying, but I know what you're talking about. I know who you're talking about, and yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, if that cat is available, I mean, if you guys want to see anybody on the live stream right now, I'll send a link to somebody right now. I have no problem with that. I know it's Saturday night. Some people might have prior, uh, you know, they might have prior shit going on. They might have shit going on. They might have prior engagements. But either way, oh, here we go. I like this one. I want to read this one. Kevin, do y'all think that Joker and plus Deathstroke in the Batcave scene was already shot? Do you
Yes.
think we will see it in Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yes.
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 Ding,
Yes.
ding, 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 ding. Yes.
Yes.
Man. And you know what, Jeffrey? I don't know if you remember, way back I did that episode on is Jared Leto's Joker in the Snyder Cut? That's how I opened up. And I said, let's find out. And I went in hard on that shit, man. But look it, bro. I've did so many episodes, and my channel only focuses on DC shit, but it primarily only focuses on the Ayer cut and the Snyder cut primarily.
Yeah.
You got to understand, after 60 videos, I've done did so many videos. It's like I don't know what more I can reveal to you guys that you don't already know.
Right. Right. Like
But I just want you to know that.
That's why I haven't posted any videos on my channel in a while. Like I don't know.
I don't know what to post anymore.
Like right now we're just at the boring part really and just waiting.
Yeah, we're playing the waiting game now because we've done the work, we've done the footwork, the movement's done the footwork, you guys in the chat have done the footwork, we've put in all the legwork, we've kept the dream alive, we fought and fought and fought and fought, and right now we're just at that in-between time that really sucks, and the C virus is making it even worse, and it's picking up everything in Hollywood, slowing everything down, pushing everything back. And right now, it's just it is what it is, and it's just really hard because there's nothing else to talk about, and everybody's quarantined right now. I'm an essential worker, and I work beyond full time. I work mandatory 15 to 16 hours overtime every single week. I get 1 day off a week. That's it. Can't be late. Can't call in. None of that shit. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I make decent money, but it's tough now that I'm working this job, and it's the money is really helping me and my child, and I'm not complaining anyway, but it makes it very difficult to drop episodes the way that I used to. And when I do drop them, the timing's always off. People don't know what's coming or this or that. I try to give people a heads up. But that's not really the main part of it. The main part of it is just that now that we have blown the doors off of this fucking movement, everybody and their brother, even the fucking haters, are making videos. They hate it. I fucking hate it. Oh my god. People like Jody's faggot ass corner. Oh my god, Snyder cut this and rest in peace, Snyder cut, cult, you motherfuckers, and all this shit. But every day they're dropping a video. But hater or not, they got 40, 50, 60,000 subscribers. So it's this many motherfuckers, good and bad, dropping videos day after day after day now that it's blown up because they want the clicks. And now smaller channels like mine and Jeffrey, we're not getting the fucking clicks or the views, and YouTube ain't promoting our shit like that no more.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And really, like, what I find funny is Jody said on Bale J's live stream with him, he said that he's not going to talk about the Snyder Cut anymore. But with the
he's a YouTube, goddamn lie.
With the YouTube algorithm right now being with all Snyder Cut, that's a lie.
Yeah, he's full of shit. He's gonna constantly. You can look it, man. I'll bet my right pinky toe right now. This motherfucker's gonna keep making videos just to just to talk shit. Just to talk shit. Hey, Jeffrey, maybe they'll make another video and talk about how toxic we are while they talk shit. And then when you get on the show, nope, I can't can do with that. Block, kick. Dude, I didn't even say nothing yet, man.
Right, right.
You know?
All I said was literally, "Hi guys," and then
Oh
Joey
my god,
comes,
it boils my
and then Joey is coming at me like immediately, just all aggressive, like, "You, there he is. There's Jeffrey, the dude who stalked me." And I'm like, "Dude, I did not stalk. I am not stalking you. All I said was all I like. I'm in like my head is down all the time, but in my head I'm thinking, dude, I did not stalk you. All I said is if you want to talk, we can talk. You said
who said that
you
shit
said
to you?
all I
Hold on.
said was
Who
all
said
I
that
thought.
to you?
Hmm.
Who said that?
Jody,
Oh,
Jody, he called
Joey's a
he
stupid motherfucker. Man, go ahead.
and here's the funniest part. Like, I'm on Andy's show, and in the background, even though Jody's loud, I can hear Andy a little saying, "Dude, dude." Jody, just let him have his say. I'm not going to let people gang up on you. But at the same time, like, I'm on Zoom looking at Andy's screen, and all I see is him looking at his phone, and then the next second I know, my screen went crazy, and I'm out, and then I'm like, wait, what happened? Did my phone mess up or something? But so then I DM'd Andy again, and then it said, nope, you're blocked. So it's like I didn't get a word in other than a hi, and they just and they really they just and they basically really they just Andy just invited me in to bash me.
Yeah, no, no, no. Flat out, flat out, that fat motherfucker invited you in there so he could gang up on you, talk shit about you, and then boot you and act like, oh, you're the toxic one. This motherfucker ain't even said nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? He got invited on the show. He gets on there, and your way of proving that these people are crazy, they're a cult, is you talk cash shit, don't let them talk, boot them and block them. Then don't talk to them again. We already know. Film
Yeah,
gob. The only reason why he didn't do film gob like that, he had to have five motherfuckers gang up on film gob who's not even an American. There is which there's, it don't matter that film gob's not American. Film gob's the man. But my point is, film gob, there is a small language barrier. You know what I'm saying? You got to let him talk. You can't keep talking over him, trying to confuse him on purpose when some of the slang that he says we don't understand, some of the shit that we say he gets, but some of it he don't get it the way that we mean it. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
no stab at Film God at all. I fuck with Film God. You know what I'm saying? Film God's the man.
Mm-hmm.
Film God trolls her channel. So what? Film Gob's got a huge fucking following. He makes funny ass videos. He's got dope ass beats on there. It just, it's just, dude. I think that's one, and it cracked me up, Jeffrey. And I'll never remember which one it was on. Film God made this episode, right? And it was literally the intro, and it was the best intro I've ever seen in my life to a video about the Snyder Cut. And it showed a dog, right?
Yeah,
And the dog, two things, right? He tried to hand the dog a sandwich or something. The dog sniffed it, and then he handed the dog like some dog food, right? And the dog
yeah,
sniffed it, and the dog looked at him and gave him this crazy look. And on the food, it was labeled. It said Snyder Cut, Justice League. And then when he sniffed the Justice League, when he looked up at him with this crazy look, like, bro, And then it played this music. It was like, doom, 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 like a sad music, white, and it froze and zoomed out. It was just, it sounds stupid the way I'm describing it, bro, but it was so fucking hilarious. And I watched it over and over. I even watched it with my ex's kid, and it was funny. Like, film guy was cool as fuck, man. He'd be cracking me up, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Hard boiled. Thank you. Project Comic Con was a masterpiece. Hell yeah,
Yep.
it was.
Yep.
Excuse me. I'd like to think that Warner Brothers anticipates Fallout and knows to prep the full version and not just Justice League 1, especially after learning more about the Ayer cut. Man, Royal
Yeah.
Warfield, I think so too. I really
Yes.
like that comment you dropped, brother.
Yep.
John. Oh, let's skip down. John. I believe that too. They are not just going to drop the Snyder cut and just call it a day. They're making plans to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And look at, man, why would they not? And what I'm saying is that is a normal thing to do. They are a studio that exists because of money. And when you have a huge following for something, free promotion for something, and it's been, just the Snyder Cut's one thing alone. David Ayer's Suicide Squad came out even before that. Motherfuckers are still talking about the Ayer cut. Still, whether they hate it or love it, they're still talking about Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah.
They look at the numbers and they say, well,
and they're still buying.
Guess what? This movie made a ton of money, and so did this one.
And here's the thing, like, even people are still in Halloween are still buying Jared Leto's Joker costume. And like that should say something.
Exactly, and that's why I said, man, that they're listening. The old executives had no business at this company. No business at this company. And I'm happy that they are all gone. There's only one left, and he's been demoted, but I wish that motherfucker would go too.
Yeah.
But my point is, though, is that I don't want to focus on that or the negativity. I want to focus on the positivity, though. And it's just that the possibilities now at this point, they're infinite. Can you imagine if at Comic-Con, just for a second, hear me out before you make a judgment call.
Okay,
real quick. Can you imagine we're sitting here chilling like we are right now, Jeffrey, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being you streaming with the audience, we're streaming all of us, all together. We're streaming Comic-Con 2020, right?
Yeah.
Not only do they tell us that, hey, not only are you going to get the Snyder Cut and the Ayer Cut, you're going to get the Ayer Cut Part 2, and you're going to get the Snyder Cut Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. And guess what? Zack Snyder, we're making him DC's Kevin Feige, so you're about to get an infinite slate of projects. Remember that Batman movie? That's coming back. Remember that Deadshot movie? That's coming back. Remember that Deathstroke? That's coming back. Remember that Joker standalone movie? That's coming back. Remember, and it just goes on and on and on. And remember the Cyborg movie? And that's coming back. And then underneath every movie, it either says David Ayer or Zack Snyder or David and Zack Snyder. On every movie. Can you imagine if they did like a team up and all of these movies said David Ayer and Zack Snyder are producing together?
I'm
David, obviously, like Zack's the Kevin Feige of DC, and Ayer's like right under him, and he's like working hand in hand, and like, yeah, man, we're gonna get this, in every movie they're on together. They got zero interference, all the budget they need, all the time they need, and boom, 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 a Red Hood fucking movie, a standalone Joker movie, a standalone Will Smith Deadshot movie, even a standalone El Diablo movie, a standalone Batfleck movie. Just keep going on and on and on, and we just fucking get shit cracking, bro. Can you
Yeah.
imagine the kind of clout, how happy it'd make people be, how happy it would make people be, and how much money that shit would make?
the
Yeah,
the clout would be real, like especially for us the Sniper fans, like especially if and if Zach that when Zach does announce it, he's gonna say,
and he got
dude,
upset.
he's he's gonna that when he announced it, he's gonna say, "Yo, don't go to these big channels. Don't go to don't go to those big mainstream ones that reported on the Snyder Cut. The real ones are really the small guys because they really were here because we really were here from day one and we've been promoting this from the ground up."
Yeah, we have been. I got to open this other window. It's getting hot as shit in here. But yeah, we've been promoting this from the ground up, bro. And I'm just saying, can you imagine a Batgirl movie, a Batwoman movie, a Supergirl movie? All directed by Zack Snyder. You know what I'm saying? And maybe David Ayer does the small shit, like he gets some of the whatever Zach wants him to do, basically. But Zach's
Yeah.
in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Certain projects here and there, not many, but certain projects David Ayer can be in complete control of.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gotham City Sirens, for example, the standalone Joker and Harley Quinn movie. But what I think would be the most epic ever, if they ever did another movie with Batman and Joker in the DCEU, just imagine a movie that literally with this title, Batman v Joker.
Take my money.
And
Take
check
my
this,
money.
and check this out. Directed by Zack Snyder, producer credit David Ayer. So, with full creative control and creative freedom with zero studio interference. With as much money as they need to make it, with as much time as they need to do it the way they want.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the story to really, really think it out, to really pen this shit prestige and film it just how they want. And Zack Snyder, again, in charge. Imagine
Yep.
what that would do at the box office, man. I don't understand Warner Brothers is fucking scariness on this topic and on the subject. Like, you've got the best characters. Everybody as a child. Remember,
Bro.
two characters, Batman and Superman. They are fucking legendary. Warner Brothers has control over these characters. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. The movie Radar. He said, T-Flame, why are you getting me excited for announcements that haven't even been made yet, but must be true? I'm sorry, my guy. Hold on. I'm I'm sorry, my guy, man. Hey, we're just speculating, bro.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm telling you though, this Comic-Con, it's coming. We're gonna be able to stream it this year, and I'm not gonna say very sure, but there is a high probability that Zack Snyder is gonna make some sort of a surprise appearance. And if there was ever a time to announce the release of the Snyder Cut, hell, for that matter, even the Ayer Cut, primarily Snyder Cut, that would be the time to do it. And Zack Snyder initially said he was going to be at Comic-Con 2020 before they canceled it because of this virus. Now, what would he be there for? Because he hasn't worked on shit since Justice League.
And Army of
the Dead doesn't count.
And Army of the Dead is not a comic book. So think about that.
Exactly.
Army of the Dead is not a comic book, and it's a complete original story. So why would Zach be at San Diego Comic Con without a comic book movie that he's done? That's
Exactly.
something
That's
to think
something to think
about.
about. That is something to think about indeed. And Royal Wakefield. Jody called, released the Snyder Cut, fat, greasy, and wears sweatpants. I mean, first of all, if I'm reading that right, if Jody called the release the Snyder Cut movement, fat, greasy, and wearing sweatpants, that motherfucker needs to take a look in the mirror.
Yes,
First of all,
he actually did say that though. He actually did say
that
that.
motherfucker needs to look in the mirror because that motherfucker wears sweatpants. That motherfucker is fat as fuck, and he looks greasy as fuck. Okay, if I'm just saying. You know what? I'm saying that right now out of bitterness because I don't like the way he did you. I don't like the shit that he talks. I don't like the fact that I know he's only doing what he's doing because when you get to the kind of level he has, and you know what? He has built himself over the years a strong following. That mother, you know, he can be a dick all he wants and he knows it. Unfortunately, because he has such a large following, he did put in the footwork for this following. So, in a sense, on one hand, he deserves the following that he has. At the same time, there comes a point in time in life where you get blown up to the point where motherfuckers stop listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're essentially the Drake of rap
Because
industry. That
because because
we tuned
because
out years ago, bro. Years
to take your
ago.
point,
Nobody gives up what you got to say anymore, bro.
to take your point home. I actually used to be a subscriber and a follower of Joey's Corner, but then as I grew, but then as I go on throughout the days, I'm like, okay, this dude, he's just kind of different. Like,
Oh,
I'm not
he's got
gonna bother with him
Hollywood.
anymore.
He's too big. He thinks that motherfucker went Hollywood Wheezy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He went
Yep.
Hollywood Wheezy. I don't know if you ever heard that shit. He went Hollywood Wheezy. That's Jody. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? He ain't that cat he used to be. He's some clout chasing motherfucker doing shit for antics. You sitting there talking shit about film guy talking about he's racist. He wants my big black cock down his throat. As a troll, you got a sexy voice. You doing faggot shit. Catering to motherfuckers that are sucking your dick, bro. I don't give a fuck how large your following is. I'm happy you're making money. I'm happy you winning. But at the same time, the shit you talking about, bro, they might listen to it, but normal motherfuckers, no, you want some bullshit. You sound stupid, bro. You a big ass little kid sucking on Marvel side, talking about, oh, they nailed the characters over at Marvel. They ain't hardly comic accurate. They stick to what they're supposed to be, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're not comic accurate, then how are they sticking to what the character's supposed to represent?
Right.
Everybody is entitled to make the character their own.
Especially Fat Thor. Like,
Yeah.
Fat Thor was done for me. Like,
Dude,
that was,
don't get me started on what they did to fucking the Hulk in Thor. First of all,
bro.
let me just talk about the Hulk. Fuck the other shit. So let me get this right. We got Ragnarok, which was terrible, by the way. Was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible movie though. We got that to where we actually see the Hulk and get to see that the Hulk's his own person, make us care about the Hulk. No banner, only Hulk. All this shit. Get us to see that the Hulk is tired of being suppressed. The Hulk ain't all bad. The Hulk's like a big baby. He wants to be able to play. He wants to be able to meet people. He wants to not be looked at like a monster that's only good for fighting. We're supposed to care about him. Guess what? Infinity War comes around. Gets his ass beat for the first time. He cries like a baby and hides. We're like, what the fuck? But we're supposed to think the way they end it, that he's going to have a redeeming factor in Endgame.
Yes,
Okay?
I
So
thought
they
that. I
ignored
thought that.
the redeeming factor that would have been a redeeming factor, but
Yep.
choose to go with the fact that Bruce Banner decided he was just being a fucking dick. So I decided to jump into a nuclear oven for 5 months. I murdered the Hulk stole his body form. The Hulk's dead. Now we're one and the same, but the Hulk is dead. Oh, and now I
and
Joe,
and
poor Joe,
and
Hulk is
and
dead. Motherfucker that you made us care about,
and
that you made us
and
care about. You're telling me that his arc, his final arc was, hey, I decided to murder him.
and that was just and his arc was essentially done in a joke. Like you said, oh, we just kind of like talked it out, and then we go like, oh, here we go. Like, bro, why would you just
Footage. We showed
why would you just talk it out? Like, I had this whole thing in my head where we had a scene of having like a scene, like a mental scene of Bruce talking to the Hulk in their minds. Like, I thought that scene would have been awesome. But then it's like, no, like, hey, we just talked about it and now we're smart Hulk, as Kevin Feige put it.
Yeah, and what pisses me off is they showed deleted footage to Endgame on the Blu-ray or whatever, and they filmed the scenes that literally made sense. In the trailer to Infinity War, near the end of the trailer, you see Zach. Oh my God, I'm so used to Zach. You see, you see the Hulk running alongside the Wakandans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see him, and then in the movie, he's nowhere to be found after
Yep.
Charles whoops his ass. Then you see in an Endgame the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray where it shows and Black Widow's like, hey, the sun's getting real low. And it shows Mark Ruffalo. He's in the suit. He's got a mic on, kind of like I do, and he's got a big, like, CGI suit so they can green screen the Hulk around him. He's like, it's okay. Me and the other guy, we worked it out. And she's like, you look different now. He was like, yeah, it's a little bit of both of us, or some shit like that. That is
Yeah.
how it should have been. That's what was it supposed to be. But for some reason, they thought it would be better. It, if you go back to Age of Ultron, making us look and see that the Hulk has a conscience. He looked around. Oh my God, I was brainwashed. Look at all these humans. They're scared of me. Wow, he gets knocked out. Then he takes off at the end of Age of Ultron because he's like, I want to leave Earth because I'm a piece of shit. Everybody thinks I'm the monster. I don't want to be a monster. I'm a big baby. He takes off. Then Ragnarok picks up from there, and it shows only Hulk, and he's a warrior, and he likes being there because people make him feel special. They're not scared of him. They're proud that he's a warrior. Then at the end of the movie, there's these little cute jokes about how he's like a child, and he's like beating up this big ass wolf, and then at the end he jumps up to the monster with the horns, and he's like, Hulk, for one time in your life, don't smash. He's like, big monster. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only joke that I liked in the movie. And it made me give a fuck about the Hulk as a person. And then Endgame comes, and even the beginning of Endgame was okay. But I didn't like, they showed us him get his ass whooped for the first time. And then he
Yep.
would come out, no. So you're telling me because he was scared, Mark Ruffalo, you murdered him after you became that close with him. You murdered the Hulk. You went into some kind of chemical oven and murdered the Hulk permanently and took on a form that is irreversible now, according to, what's canon now. He is irreversible, permanently stuck in this weird in-between form. And the Hulk personality is dead. That's some dark shit that they didn't even think out right.
Right.
And that's bullshit. When they filmed what it should have been, and it exists in deleted arcs and deleted scenes. So, Jody, what the do you got to say about that shit?
Right.
Let me hear your answer. No, let me hear I want to hear this dude's answer. Because he's
Right.
always talking shit about DC movies. And that's just one thing. I can go on and on about other shit too. I
Yep.
mean, but the thing is, though, is that I enjoy them for what they are. Okay?
Yep.
Marvel, you cannot take serious. And for reasons just like that, that's why. You'll never catch Zack Snyder dead. Dead. Dead in his motherfucking drawers, sitting up, smoking a cigarette, making a movie with plot holes on that kind of level. That man
and
out everything that he does.
and to really like to go on of what Martin Scorsese said about Marvel movies being carnival rides. Like, think
Yep.
about this. Think about this. Endgame wasn't. I don't think Endgame was in the Oscars, and and really and really, you want to know what awards show they were on?
What?
The Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that should really say something, bro.
Excellent.
That should really
Excellent,
say
bro.
something. That should really say something. Ooh-wee.
Oh man, that's crazy.
The Kids Choice Award
My
for
point is,
a
though, is you get what I'm saying about the Hulk, though, Jeffrey?
yes,
What
100%,
kind of sense
dude.
does that make? These dudes made the Hulk in Mark Ruffalo's arc dark, but they didn't even do it on purpose. It's on accidental, not even thought out type shit that they didn't even think about what they actually did. Like, that's what makes it so stupid.
Right.
Oh my god, it's just I don't know, man. But I'm just telling you, my favorite character in Marvel has always been Wolverine. Then it
Hmm.
goes, then it goes, hold on, then it goes Deadpool. Then it goes Spider-Man. Then it goes Hulk. That's it.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman said that he doesn't want to be part of the MCU Wolverine because he just really doesn't think that he just really doesn't feel like being part of the MCU. Like really, to me, like that should also really say something about really how really perfect what kind of bubble the MCU is in, like with what Martin Scorsese said, with it being a carnival ride for the kids.
Right. And and I understand that completely. And another thing is too is here's how you know that he has done a 180, that Hugh Jackman has done a 180 since a year ago. Because Hugh Jackman initially said that the only thing after uh what was it? What was it? The Wolverine, excuse me. No, what the hell? Logan.
Yep.
After Logan first came out, the what he said when he was first questioned, he said he thought it was a beautiful way that the studio allowed him, Fox allowed him to have complete creative control. And guess what happened? It was a masterpiece. Do you see what happens when studios don't get involved and actually appreciate their actors and directors? Okay? You know what he said, Jeffrey? The only
He's
thing
not
that will
coming
make
back after
him
Logan.
return is if Marvel would allow him to be in the Avengers. That he always thought it would be dope for him to fight the Hulk. He said that's the only thing that would bring him back. But other than that, he is done with that character, and that it's fun to speculate, though. Now you fast forward, it's been, a year and a half later. Now, from what you're telling me, that's a turnaround from what he said before, which means that he knows at this point that after what they have done in Endgame, fucking over the characters, the way Kevin Feige's running shit, all this bullshit with Captain Marvel, and the fact that Deadpool isn't going to beat who's Ryan Reynolds, who's been campaigning for over and over, trying so hard just to get one movie with him and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine together. And the fact that they are fucking with Ryan Reynolds, their superstar. They are superstar moneymaker because of the fact that they finally have merged together. They done that merger.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, and we were just talking about this earlier on this live stream. about how the fucking fact that uh the MCU don't is giving the Deadpool director slash creator a hard time about him crossing over in the MCU because they
Wait,
want
what?
to alter the character.
Wait, hold up. Pilot Maverick says Chuck Norris wants the Snyder cut.
Shut up.
What?
Pilot
What? You
Maverick,
see?
shut your mouth.
You.
Say you swear right now, bro. Say you
Oh,
swear.
okay.
Fatal J. Hey, Fatal J.
Hey, Vito
He said,
J.
hey, Chuck Norris is the Snyder Cut.
And when he came back, he said, "Oh, what? Y'all still alive?"
He said, God
Like
damn.
he can't
He
believe
said,
we're
what?
still
What he said, you motherfuckers still on?
alive.
Longest live stream in history, man.
Yeah.
For the break records. He said, y'all still on? Look at his face. He said, oh, oh. You know it. But no, Fatal, initially, like I said, Hugh Jackman said after Logan came out, when he was interviewed a couple months after it was released, he straight up said that the only way he would come back is if Wolverine could be a part of the Avengers and specifically have a role to some degree with the Hulk. And that he was very interested in pursuing the Hulk versus Wolverine story arc in some manner. Now, fast forward a year and a half later, maybe a little longer, um, he's not no more. He's not interested at
Hmm.
all. He's just flat out, I'm done. It's over.
Yep.
Done. And the reason why that is because of the fact that things aren't going so hot for Ryan Reynolds right now as Deadpool.
Hmm.
Because the not that his character isn't highly praised, that it don't make a lot of money. What it is that Kevin Feige and the MCU, they are being so strict and such assholes to the what is it? The creator or the director of Deadpool, Jeffrey?
The the creator.
The creator of Deadpool, that they don't want to let Deadpool merge over into the MCU because they want to make too many changes. So they're having creative differences right now. So because of that, it's pissing off the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they are prolonging and pushing back Deadpool 3 to the point where that might not even happen now. So
Hmm.
with that going on, and the fact that Ryan Reynolds is their superstar and the one who's been uh, campaigning and championing for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to return over and over. And now that that's going on, would you want to come back?
Nope.
They won't give Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool what he wants in any kind of way. Why would they? Why would they for Hugh Jackman? And Hugh Jackman
Hmm.
ain't gonna play that shit. He played that shit for 20 years. He's done. Unfortunately, and I with him. That's my favorite. I love him as Wolverine. I love fucking Logan. Mwah, mwah. That movie is such a masterpiece.
Yep.
A standalone, beautiful, beautiful masterpiece where the actor and the director's art just bleeds through onto the screen in such a manner, and it just flows so beautifully, so dark. I love it.
Yeah.
So serious, not fucking around, just claws completely unleashed, blood, everything. Yeah,
Hmm.
so they was talking about Henry Cavill to play Wolverine. Henry Cavill ain't playing no fucking Wolverine.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Henry Cavill's too tall. He's too. They're not. No, no.
No.
He's too iconic. I'm not saying that some MCU characters and some DC characters cannot cross over to each other, but what I'm saying is that Henry Cavill has played the most iconic DC character ever.
And
Featured,
and
butt chin, his height, everything about him. He is not gonna play Wolverine. That is just rumor
and
from people that
and
want to see him play that character. And I do understand. I do understand them wanting that. I do. On some days, I think about it and I'm like, he'd probably do a good job. But in reality, I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think we will ever see that happen.
yeah, man. But yeah, but yeah, like really, like I'm with. Did you hear that James Gunn? He said that he hopes that even though he's done with the Marvel, he still hopes that DC and Marvel can do a DC Marvel crossover movie.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, he really does wish that movie could. He
Oh
really does.
man, pilot, damn it, man. We've went over this 3 times. You're lucky I love you motherfuckers, man. We Jeffrey, it's our fault though. It's our fault. We're doing the longest live stream in the history of the planet and shit. It's
Yeah.
not his fault. Jeffrey, real quick, for him, do you wanna recap in your own way, real quick, your thoughts on that?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on? Yeah, like really, the we basically speculated that that the Robin in the Suicide Squad in present day is actually Dick Grayson or Jason Todd, but I think we settled on Dick Grayson where we had like Harley Quinn basically who take a take apart every take apart the mind parts of Robin that made him Robin and really basically basically Harley Quinn made Robin the new Joker, and that really does explain why Jared Leto in Suicide Squad looks like a 20-year-old and not a and not the age of Ben Affleck.
And yeah, that was a very good response, and you summed it up quicker than I thought that you would.
Yeah.
I'm trying to uh, text my freaking uh, child's mother back real quick. Uh,
Phil J. Actually, he can, but that's really somewhere in
one,
that's somewhere in the back.
is it that comment?
Like we go into more detail on why
Better J,
Robin.
what are you doing, bro? Are you, hey, you got a minute to hop on, or are you TKO'd? I was gonna say, bro, I'll send you a link, brother. I mean, even if you get on for like 3 minutes and you got to dip, I mean, shit, because we got some shit we could talk about. He said, hold on, he said, Michael B. I was trying to read this comment. I don't even get, man. I tell this, listen, that's my dog, though. He said, Michael B. Jordan went from Human Torch to Killmonger in Black Panther.
Did
Joker,
you?
Joker
Oh,
can't be Jason because of Harley. See, oh, and yup, my boy Pilot, he said both Dick Grayson and Jason Todd have became the Joker before. And that is very
yep,
true. That's very
yep.
and oh, hey, how you say this name? Because I want to give a shout out to this guy. Is that Rhea, Rai,
I think it's Ray.
Ray? I'm sorry for butchering your name. I see you a lot in my comment section and on my videos, and I just want to say thank you, bro, for tuning in, messaging me, asking questions, all that shit. I see you quite a lot, and I appreciate that. He said Dick became Joker in The Dark Knight Strikes Again. Yep. Hey, Fatal J said, I want to hop on, trust me. But my wife gave me a cutoff time with YouTube. And LMO, she got my nuts on lock. Oh shit! Hey, I know how. Hey, I'm laughing, but I know I'm being for real. No disrespect at all because I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I know what you're talking about. Do your thing. I don't want to get you in trouble. Tell her I said my bad. But yeah, I always tell you on some last minute shit anyway, and that's not your fault at all. I know you would happily jump on this mofo. You know what I'm saying? If I and you usually do. Um,
Mhm.
but either way, man, it's dope just having you in the comment section. Either way, just having you on, that's cool. Yeah, just let me know ahead of time if you're gonna go live, and I will hop on. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I know. I know. You told me that many times, man. I work so motherfucking much, man. I got mandatory like 17 hours of overtime every week. It's like I only get Sundays off anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I'm Shri Kitwadkar. You guys are still on? Yeah, that pilot said, great live chat, guys.
Yep.
And then he said, appreciate it, man. I also watched Jay, Chris Wong, Mr. Wes Ashley, Film God, Subjective Reviews, etc. Everyone been doing live streams, it seems. Yes, all of them guys I either speak to on a regular and or collaborate with. Yep.
Yep.
Except Chris Wong Swenson. I have yet to have the privilege of doing a live stream with him. I would love to do a live stream with him.
Fatal J.
Damn, 17 hours overtime. Your wallet is on fat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of is. But after taxes get done with my ass, not so
Bruh.
much, my friend. Not so much.
Bruh, we're like almost at 214 minutes, like on the actual movie time of the Snyder Cut, bruh. That's how long we've been going.
Damn. Yup. You guys better appreciate that shit.
Yes, you can say that this is like it.
Man, I'm
Guess
trying.
you can.
Go ahead.
Guess you can say that this is like a practice round before we see Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like, yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's fucked up is you guys are better friends with me than my friends in real life. I get one day off and these motherfuckers know I planned it out 2 weeks ahead of time. These motherfuckers are still blowing me off. On my only day off, like, man, we was supposed to go. We was finna go fishing, dog. What happened? We was gonna go mud bogging. We was gonna go, but dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather be on live. Honestly, I'd rather be on here with you guys, long ass live stream or not. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's my true feelings.
They say that whenever you're in a long conversation with someone, you're basically in your own universe. And really like these almost 3.5 hours have been very short. Like, so yeah,
Right.
like we're definitely in our own universe.
Pilot Maverick said, "Do me a deal on my car service." I got you, bro. What you need done to that mofo? I got you.
Here for me, it's awesome.
Time there? Question mark. It's fucking midnight.
For my time, it's just about midnight. It's 11:51 here.
Oh, oh man, yeah, I'm an hour ahead of you. I'm fucking up. Look, he said, "Oh, well, here it's 10:20. Well, that's not too bad. It's fucking almost 1 a.m.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Uh, Pilot Maverick, Sydney, Australia. All right, salute to you, brother. Is that where you're from? Is that what you're saying? If so, hello to all of you.
Hello.
Okay, Kevin, what do you guys wish Zach would leak a picture of next? Why can't you wait to see? Well, hold on. What can't you wait to see? Well, personally,
Deathstroke action scene. Deathstroke action scene. Deathstroke action pick. Deathstroke action pick.
oh, see, now listen. Um, that's a good one, Jeffrey. Now that's Jeffrey's. Now, with me personally, uh, anything that hints at Batman, Joker, Robin, triangle. I don't care in what matter, in what context it is or isn't. Just anything, man. Or black suit Superman.
Yep.
Flat out.
Like mullet it
Hold
all.
on. Hey, Pilot Maverick, he said oil change. Oh, that ain't shit. I got you. I'll do that shit for free, bro. It probably won't be worth it by the time you drive all the fucking way from wherever you at to where the I'm at. You probably gonna lose money, but if you make it to me, I will do that shit hands down. I will do it for free.
Mhm.
Okay, what do you guys think of the current DC Marvel crossover coming up from the events of Doomsday Clock with Doctor Manhattan? That would be a cool movie. Ooh.
Yep. Yep.
You know what? You know what intrigues me about that, Jeffrey?
What?
The fact that David Ayer said that in Suicide Squad that what they even though his original version was, as we all know, much different than what the theatrical version was, he said that
Yep.
the bullshit in the theatrical cut was an attempt at making a ticking time world clock.
Mm.
So, in a sense, that kind of interests me. I'll be right back. Hey, you wanna speak your thoughts on that? I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back, brother.
I think what he's thinking of is really like maybe down the line they're subtly I think they're going to use the theatrical cut of Suicide Squad and say that it takes place in another universe where then later down the line they what the wow what I think they're going to evolve what has happened in I think they're going to use the bad stuff that the old WB did and really evolve it and really evolve on top of that to make it a universal event for Justice League 3 and really for their end game. So that's what I think is he's hinting at. Paul, Pilot Maverick, G Day, good day, I guess. Good day to you, Pilot Maverick. Um, ultimately today, I think it will be something about new mother box image. Yeah, I think so too. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? But yeah,
Hey, Jeffrey,
but
my bad.
yeah,
I'm
but
back
yeah,
on here. I'm just looking at some. I'm checking out, looking at some shit right now. real quick. Damn, I can't find the shit that I was looking for. But anyway, hold on, let me slide back up in here. I'm back. All right. Let's see what we made, or see what we missed. Today, okay, let's see. I'm Shrey Kitwatkar. Today, I think it will be something about new mother box image. That would be dope. I mean, can you imagine if we got an image of the original hulking, menacing Steppenwolf beating the living fuck out of some fucking out of some fucking Amazon beautiful females, like the original,
Boo!
you know what I mean? On Mother Box Day, and it's in black and white, of course, but the graphics are fucking prestige, like they were on that image of Darkseid fighting Ares' army, the last image he dropped the Darkseid ever, where you
Yeah,
can really
and
see
that,
Darkseid was 97% done. Just the final layer for theaters wasn't on there, but
mhm.
everything else was like done, and he was like, he had the fucking staff, and he was fucking shit up, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about, Jeffrey? Imagine
yeah.
a picture of the OG Steppenwolf from the BVS Ultimate Edition in that kind of manner, in that kind of context, in a real scene in black and white in a frozen frame like that, with fucking a mother box just beating the fuck out of some fucking Amazon bitches. You know what I'm saying?
and
I
that
don't
would
mean that
really
disrespectful
be
neither.
and really that would be a way to say before, and I think that would be hilarious in a way, like Zach saying, "Okay, guys, for those who are very sensitive, once again, this is going to be a hard R movie. If you watch this, I'm not to blame. This is your choice.
All
So
right.
don't complain about the movie being too dark. I'm showing you right now. This movie is going to be dark." Ooh.
JC, there is a YouTube fan made trailer that is a good example of what they could do. It's called DC versus Marvel Unity. You should check it out.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that.
Did you? Was it? I have not seen that. Thank you, JC, for bringing that up. Thank you for tuning in as well. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I'm almost at 200 subs, and I've been trying like a motherfucker. I just cannot seem to get there. I can barely drop shit anymore. My work schedule can sucks. Make good money, but it is severely making my channel suffer. But it is what it is. So anyway, Jeffrey, so go ahead and break down what he's talking about. If you'd be, goddamn, he
So,
subscribed that fast. That or wait, oh, Pilot Maverick. Thank you. That shit popped up instantly. Like it was like on my screen, and my internet is slow. It sucks. Thank you, bro. Damn. Thank you. Anyway, back to what I was saying before my head blew up. Um, can you break down what he's talking about? Because I have not had the privy of seeing that. What is he
so,
said DC versus Marvel Unity.
so basically, from what it might be a different trailer because I know there's a whole bunch of Marvel versus DC trailers out there, but from the one I saw, it had Doctor Manhattan and the clock going down, and it
Okay.
basically had it it had Thanos and the Dark Side teaming up against to take over the Marvel and the DC universes, and it had all of the heroes and villains up, and all of the heroes and minor villains
Right.
of the Marvel and DC universes coming together to fight Darkseid and Thanos.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I don't know how that flew over my radar like that. Thank you for breaking that down, Jeffrey.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Pilot Maverick. He said, "It sucks that I live in the future. It's already Mother's Day." Okay.
and and Dawson says but he's Zack Snyder. He can't be
Be
predicted. That's
predicted.
true. That's
That is
true.
very freaking true, dude. All right, Pilot Maverick. This is my other YouTube account. Right on, man. Well, either way, thank you for subbing, brother. Hopefully, in the future, me and Jeffrey will see you again. Definitely. Uh,
Yep.
I'm Shri Kitwadkar. Zach can put any image out today or none, but hope he does post some. But I hope that he does post something, and that's very true. He could definitely, post something. He could not post something. There's no telling with him. He's unpredictable. It's one of the things that is awesome about Zack Snyder. And I definitely, on one hand, I want to say that I think it will be dope to see another never ever before scene from the Snyder Cut drop tomorrow. But
Yep.
at the same time, I'm kind of hungry for something different, something more.
What if we just get a Joker image? Like,
Oh
what
my
if we
God!
just
Stop! Don't get my. Oh, Jeffrey, don't do it. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Man, if we just got, can you imagine if we just got a still image and it's fucking Joker? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
like, but he's in a Jason Todd stance with a
right,
staff for a fucking, you know what I'm saying? And Ben Affleck, he's got like half his fucking costume ripped or something, and it's in the fucking Snyder cut near the end or something,
right,
like a
right.
cameo or a flash forward to a movie that we never got or never are going to get now. Oh
Like,
man. I know he's got a cameo. I know
yes,
he's got a secret hidden cameo in the Snyder Cut. I don't know what it is. I did an episode on it. I don't know what it pertains to. I don't know if it's a throwaway scene. I don't know how it links up to maybe Lex Luthor's
a
Injustice
breakout.
or League of Villains or whatever. But he's definitely got at the very least, a super small cameo in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now it just depends on if we get the truly unaltered version and they let him release everything, or is it still going to be to some extent, tampered with?
He's gonna come back with a full creative control. I have no doubt about that. Because really, if he doesn't, I don't know why he would could be back if he didn't have full control.
Okay. Okay. Hit. Hi. Want me to hold on? What did he say? This is the '80s Wolf. Hi. Want me to hit you with something I have never heard someone talk about?
Okay, shoot, I'm game.
Fuck it. Shoot. Shoot for the
We've
moon.
been going. We've been going for nearly 4 hours. Why not add to the pile? On December, so 80s Wolf. On December 24th, 2019 on Vero, Zach posted Steppenwolf holding the mother box with
214.
214.
Yep. I remember that.
Okay. Okay, what is your point, really?
Yep. I remember that. Where are you going with this? Give us a little more intel on it so we can break shit down. Oh, in the text to the picture it says, "What is the secret of the Grail?"
OBJ. Okay, what? Yeah, the OBJ. I don't really know what that is. I even tried looking up the OBJ and it just said it was like a text error or something. So, what is it? OBJ.
Man, I don't know where you're going with this, man, but it fucking's got me intrigued.
Okay, Code means object replace. Oh, I see what he's saying now.
Oh shit, son. The code means object replacement character. Oh,
Yo,
nice,
right.
nice.
Oh
Is this
wow.
the first channel that you've? Are we the first guys that you've broke this down? Who have you told this secret to?
Who have you told this to, man?
You shut your whore mouth. You don't tell no one else. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding, man.
How did he?
What? What? That's some groundbreaking shit right there.
Right.
Had to do some shit. Y'all still going? LOL. Okay, Kevin. The replacement was the box with 214 on it.
Oh no.
I don't know.
No, because I was in the caption, so I don't think so, man. Trump, okay. He told Trump.
What the fuck? Oh my god, you're fooling, bro. No, but seriously,
yeah,
I want to
like
go back to this. I want to go back to this again and bring this up on the screen. That is nuts.
yeah.
I cannot believe that I never picked up on this shit before.
Yeah. I like
that. So that is confirmation as far back as then that that is part of what he wants to reshoot. He is changing back and giving us OG Steppenwolf for sure.
Yep.
Damn. And that's what's taken so long. Not just the CGI, the additional scene with Harry Lennox.
and all the Steppenwolf scenes. It just makes
Hold on. He just replied again. Hold on, real quick, Jeffrey. We know Titus is sneaky bastard. Oh, he has earned the right to be, though.
Yes.
Man, oh man, that makes ever since I can't stop thinking about that. I can't believe instantly when he said that I remembered. And I remember looking at it and glancing at that OBJ, and I'm like,
and I remember seeing that comment of someone asking him straight up, "Yo, are you going to be putting on the? Oh wow, it's all coming together."
Right, Jeff, real quick.
Like, I remember the Vero comment. Like, okay, Osiri.
Yeah.
Remember the Vero? You might or might not have seen the Severo comment where someone straight up asked Zach on that post where he asked, "Is he going to change Steppenwolf's design to the BVS Ultimate Edition?" And Zach replied to that post with the simple flex emoji, meaning that yes, he is definitely doing that.
Yep. Hands down, at the very least, he is definitely doing that. All right, next 80s Wolf. OBJ equals placeholder in the text for another unspecified object. For example, in a compound document.
Yep.
Very true. That's some good shit, man. So, like I said, guys, isn't it like Jeffrey likes to say? Isn't it fun to think about what the possibilities are of what we could get tomorrow? Because, as I said, um, for a while now, Zach has stopped, and not since 214, not since 214, actual 214, has Zach dropped anything picture wise related directly to the Snyder Cut, like in the Snyder Cut, images from the Snyder Cut. And prior to 214, it had been months prior to him dropping anything. So, whatever we do get tomorrow, I think it's going to throw us all off. I think
Yep.
we're all going to be expecting maybe just like, oh, another never before seen image at the end of our event. And I think what we're going to get, and I'm not trying to raise your hopes, your expectations too high, because you just never know. At the end of the day, it's Zack Snyder. He's unpredictable. RT Snyder Cut, they're unpredictable. This movement, we are unpredictable. There's no foreseeing exactly what may or may not happen.
And it was smart.
But what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that we're gonna get the release of the Snyder Cut tomorrow. But wouldn't that be fucking nice? But what I'm saying is, whatever we do get, I think it's gonna be unpredictable, and I think it's gonna be something different. And I think
Hmm.
that it's gonna be a huge step forward in the right direction. What do you got to say about that, Jeffrey?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a huge shock to everyone when that comes.
I'm Shri Kitwadkar. I know two comments in which he replied with the thumbs up and one with the strong arm. JC, anyone interested in seeing the Court of Owls turn up in the Snyderverse?
Yes.
Maybe take
Um,
Jason Todd after his supposed death from Joker and have him molded by the court into their main man, Talon? Hmm,
maybe if
maybe.
that is possible if really Robin isn't Joker, but really I'm pretty much sold on Robin being Joker.
Yeah, it's what I feel like. I feel like that he's got a hell. Like, if, for example, everything would have went right when BVS first launched, you know, everything went right. Let's just say it got good reviews. That's it. It made good money. It didn't need to make more money. Say it got good reviews though, good word of mouth. I feel like the place we'd be sitting at now, we'd have a branch of so many. And not that I feel, I know
Man, I'm getting
that's
tired.
a branch of so many movies. We would already have Gotham City Sirens, a solo Joker and Harley Quinn movie. We'd still have the Birds of Prey dumbass movie. We'd have fucking our Deathstroke movie, our Batman solo movie. So many movies. We'd already be having Justice League 2 by now.
Hmm.
Uh, just so much stuff.
And here's the thing: like Justice League 2 was supposed to come out on Father's Day in 2019.
Oh man, I know.
But yeah,
Uh, Kevin said
man.
there's really no telling what Zach has up his sleeve. That's
Yeah, I'm getting
very
tired,
true.
man.
That's very true. Pilot Maverick, JC, yes, yes, yes. He said, Ray said, Dick Grayson actually became a talent in the comics recently. Hmm.
Hmm.
Ooh, let's look at this one. Royal Wakefield. There's a photo of Alfred with OBJ in it multiple times.
Hmm.
Really?
Yep. I think it's on there like 3 times.
Is there really?
Yep.
I did not know that. Huh. So what is Zack Snyder trying to say then?
Maybe that Alfred scene is going to be changed a bit as well. Like maybe that maybe that reveal scene, that stinger at the end where we saw Alfred turn around and it talked to someone saying, "I only hope it's not too late." Like maybe like we theorize that it's either a Green Lantern or it's Superman. So maybe in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he's changing that suit. He's changing Superman's suit into the black suit.
Ooh, that's a very good theory right there. I like that one.
Hmm.
I like that a lot.
But
Um,
yeah, man, I'm really getting tired.
yep,
We've been talking for almost half a day now.
right. Well, all right, guys. We're gonna end the live stream. Is there one more question you guys want to slide in? I'm getting pretty tired myself here. Me and Jeffrey went hard in the paint. Does anybody got a last question? If not, we will catch you guys tomorrow on Mother Box Day. We don't want to be too worn out. So does anybody have anything they'd like to say real quick? If not, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys all participate. I hope you guys all join in with me, Jeffrey, and RT Snyder Cut and the Snyder Cut movement. Another historically long live stream.
I think this is gonna be the longest one.
This is the longest ever in
I,
history.
I
No one's
think
gonna
we,
beat
I put, I think we put this one in the record books,
Oh, this
man.
is in the record books for sure. And if you're new to my channel, again, please subscribe to me, and please subscribe to my boy Jeffery Warfield as well. I'm Strong Arm Flix. This is your boy Jeffrey, and we will see you guys all tomorrow for Mother Box Day.
Peace.
Peace.